What's up?
That's it. We're live.
Boys are back. Saw the college series was doing pretty well. People liked the Florida video.
Yeah.
We're here for the Memorial. Big tournament. Player Invitational. A signature event with a cut. The best type of signature event. We're at Muirfield Village. We're not at Muirfield Village. We're in the doghouse. But Scottie Scheffler's at Muirfield Village, which is bad news for everybody not named Scottie Scheffler because it's starting to feel like 2024 again. We got Ben Griffin on the tee. Scottie just missed right. That's a good one from Mr. Griffin. Speaking of Mr. Griffin, I did not have him on my Ryder Cup list on Monday. I give him an honorable mention, but I think if I had to do that list over tomorrow, which we're not, because we're not going to do that hypothetical every single week.
3 weeks we will though.
We'll do it again after the U.S. Open. I think if the Ryder Cup was tomorrow, Ben Griffin would definitely be on the team.
They were talking
if it was tomorrow,
as if it was a lock.
If the Ryder Cup was tomorrow, he would 1,000,000% be on the team. So that's where we're at, and that's what can happen in the summer. Play good golf, elevate your status. He's a Delta Premier member now. That's his status. Or no, not Premier, Platinum, Diamond.
Diamond.
Is Diamond the top one?
Diamond's top.
Diamond's
top.
But yeah,
I'm lowly Platinum.
Last year I flew like pretty much exclusively on Delta, and I travel a lot. Still didn't get Diamond. It's hard. I think it's got to be all like first class consulting customers who, you know what I mean?
As soon as I hit Platinum this year again, I'll start flying direct.
But you don't really get anything.
Yeah, you get the like automatic upgrades, you get the companion certificate, or they give you a choice of like 5 different.
Oh, choice benefit?
Yeah, choice benefit.
I did mine for the regional upgrades, and I don't remember ever getting, because I always want to use it to like fly to New York, because I don't want to burn it on like a flight to Scottsdale, and those are the ones where it's available.
That's when they give it to you.
Yeah, exactly.
Delta One from LA to Burbank.
Yeah. Oh, we got to turn the sound off. Spieth, that's good. We could have gotten thrown off really quickly here.
I wonder if it was even picking that up.
Spieth has made a bit of a run. He hit the dumbest shot I've ever seen in the world on 9, and then did it again, basically, just there on the back 9, but it bounced over the bridge.
It hit the bridge.
We actually talked about, crazy break for Jordan off the bridge, says Jonathan Anderson.
Jonathan, what's up?
We should have been live for that. We actually talked about it, because that was after Scottie had made the turn, which is usually when we go live. We were like, we'll just wait till he gets to the tee. That's why you never wait. Always go live.
U.S. Women's Open's also on.
Yeah, we're also going to be watching the U.S. Women's Open. Nelly Korda's only one back. Erin Hills, amazing golf course. I posted this early in the week, but I don't think there's been a golf course that's gotten more like unnecessary flack than Erin Hills, because they played the U.S. Open there, and the 16 under par won because they played as a par 72, which they never do, and it was wet. And so it became, and that was also when the USGA was just getting like shit on nonstop from every direction by players. And that was also like right after Chambers Bay, which was bad. Chambers Bay was like in bad condition, so that one, was a fair critique. Erin Hills was just scoring, but that place is so pure. It's one of my favorite courses I've ever played.
I felt like a timing.
Yeah, it's legitimately one of my favorite courses I've ever played.
All the photos I've seen on social media this week have been,
dude, it's amazing.
Windows screensavers.
It's also kind of it's a public golf course, but there's only one course there. I think there was only one course, at least when I was there. I think there's only one course there. And so it's not like, part of, because there's a bunch of ones in Wisconsin, like Sand Valley, where there's like 5 courses, and they still have this like most incredible clubhouse. And they have, I think, like 20 beds or 25 beds. And I was there with Barstool, and we were filming stuff, so we stayed right next to the first tee. It was one of the coolest experiences. Awesome. Like, and also I was only there for one day. We were doing Wisconsin, so you can like build a trip just around Erin Hills, because there's only one course there. You'd have to go other places, but as like a stop on a trip, I like Erin Hills a lot.
Property is massive.
I mean, it's Wisconsin. It's
public
big
golf.
Yeah, it's huge. Wisconsin might be the best public golf state.
Many people say that.
Yeah.
Shout out to Drew Westfall.
Have you been to Kohler or Sand Valley?
I've been to Whistling Straits.
Yeah, that's Kohler. Did you play the golf course?
No.
Oh, you just went for the...
I went for the Ryder Cup.
Oh, nice.
That is an awesome place.
Whistling Straits?
Yeah.
Looks like Ireland.
Traps you on the property in like an awesome way.
What do you mean? Like you get disoriented?
Pete Dye designed it to like kind of separate it from like being able to tell you're anywhere in the world. So like at any point on the course, there are these mounds that sort of like block the horizon view. So you're just like stay present in the place.
Yeah,
Gil Hands told me that when I was walking the course.
Oh, you walked it
It's
with Gil Hands. That's
little
cool.
name drop.
Rylan Russell says, can we talk about the tournament by chance? Yeah, they're doing the interview with the Workday. Anil, I know this. He's a big golf guy. They're doing a Workday interview right now with Anil and Jack Nicklaus. We can talk about the women's Open.
Jack spent a lot of time in the booth this week. I know it's his tournament, but man, they're working him.
Is that Charlie? Give the man a rest. Is that Charlie Hull? No, it's not. That's Maya Start. Oh, that's Maya Start. Leading the tournament. This is a little. Ooh, that was a really good shot on 9 there. Scottie going to win, but what about the ladies, guys? We are watching the ladies. We've got both on. I'm interested to see how much longer the ladies tournament takes than the men's, because U.S. Open is not. It historically takes a very, very long time.
We'll talk about this on the show tomorrow, I'm sure. But what did you make of Jack's take on the walk and talk interviews? Did you see that?
No. What do you say?
During a walk and talk.
By the way, I just got back from Yosemite. I have not watched any golf this week.
Dan was unplugged.
I was unplugged. I was completely off the grid. I watched on Thursday, and then I was completely off the grid Friday, Saturday. It was incredible.
So they come off a walk and talk interview, and Jack's in the booth, and he's like, man, I hate those things.
Really?
He goes, you would have tried to do that with Byron Nelson back in the day. He would have socked you in the face. Love that.
That's such like an old school NBA player take. Like, back in my day.
No.
Yeah, this 9th hole at the U.S. Women's at Erin Hills is awesome. They put the pin in the back there. It's a tiny little par 3.
They were talking about her speed this morning.
Lopez Ramirez,
that she's like the Bryson. It could be like the Bryson of the LPGA.
I mean, that swing is insanely good. Wow.
She's got like her average apex is up at like 110.
Wow, she almost hold it. How is she young?
She is, yeah.
See, that's exactly why that hole is so great. We just said she almost hold it. It didn't have enough spin, and it rolled into the back bunker. That should be an advertisement for Erin Hills right there.
Shout out USGA for that shot right there.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Still in the booth.
Short par 3s, dude. Short par 3s. Every course should have one. Aussie Golfer says hit the thumbs up. I agree. Hit the thumbs up, like, subscribe, do all that stuff.
Thanks, Aussie Golfer.
Let's support the squad here.
Who's here every
I'm going to spoil something. Oh, wait, where's Tourcast? Oh, we have it.
Yeah, we're here. 22, Ramirez. Wow.
She's 22. I was just gonna say something. Oh,
here's Scottie out of the right.
I was gonna spoil Scottie's play on the 10th hole, but we're back, and so now I'm not going to. But I know what happens, and if you're following on Tourcast, you know what happens too. It's on the right side of my screen.
Oh, Tourcast spoiled us. How are we so far behind?
Because of the CEO interview.
Oh, so now they're going back?
Yeah, they're going back.
Oh,
they're probably saying
they're doing your Cardinal sin.
They're saying this a moment ago.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we got Ben Griffin from 173 on the 10th, 7-iron. This is awesome for Ben Griffin, man. Going toe to toe with Scottie in the final group of Memorial. It's about as big as it gets. It's about as good as it gets on the PGA Tour. Looks left though. Yeah, he pulled that one a little bit. What did you make of Jack's the Rory Jack stuff?
I'm torn. I do feel bad. And it seems like he was hurt by it, but I hate that it like became a thing. I hate that it had to become like.
I probably contributed to that, but
did you?
I posted something, but also it's like, not that I wish I didn't, but tone got lost on that. You know what I mean? Like I'm like angry, but it was like I feel like you should have called him. You know, but if you post something, then like it just becomes like it becomes thought of as like, oh, he should, like, what an asshole. It's not what an asshole, but I think he should have called him. Scottie had a chip out with his second on 10 and then just carved a wedge in there to about 12 feet, 3 inches about. I'm just guessing there. I'm not looking at what it is. It's 12 feet, 3 inches. So we'll have that for par. And if Ben Griffin could 2-putt and Scottie misses it, we could be back to a 1-shot lead.
On the Rory thing, I think it's one of the many times where, like, unless you were there with him when he made that decision, it's hard to know whether he was like, oh, fuck that guy, I don't need to call him, or if he just an oversight is possible.
And there's a lot of like speculation going on. We'll talk about this in the show tomorrow. And I have no clue on that. But you always want to give people the benefit of the doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Be a lot worse if he was like, yeah, he called. He was a total asshole.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I wouldn't dare come to your.
He was like, I'm not coming to you. I'm from Ohio, bro. No
Take
chance.
the cutaway. Maybe I'll show up.
Yeah, exactly. Where's my money?
That was a great bunker shot.
That was a really good shot from long on Lopez Ramirez. All right, Ben Griffin's got that. You could see a lot of slope on that green. Looks like it's going to break big time left to right, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Super back to front on the 10th green. That rough looks juicy. I really have not watched like anything. I was fully off the grid. It was amazing.
It's been juicy.
Yeah. All right, Ben Griffin's putting for birdie. It's really good speed.
He's tracking.
Perfect speed. That's about as good as you can do.
Yeah, you want to hope for that.
From about 40 feet, 50 feet maybe.
Dan, who's your favorite Memorial winner ever not named Tiger Woods?
Whew. Bryson.
Yeah? I just remembered his celebration.
He went nuts. Spieth short into the bunker on 12. He looks like he's about to unravel mentally a little bit. It looks the wheels are getting loose with Jordan. He's already hit 2 wild shots. Just doing a lot of barking at Michael Greller.
You didn't ask, but mine would be Billy Horschel.
Billy Ho. That wasn't that long ago. It was a couple years ago, right? Yeah, Bryson. That was kind of like the end of. I want to say Bryson won in 2018, maybe 2019. That was like kind of the last big win of the pre-bulk era.
Was that the year he won Palmer too? API?
Maybe. I don't remember. Let's see. If only we had a device that could tell us. I think he won. Maybe he was. I'm gonna change it. It was 2019 when he won Memorial. That's my official guess. It was 2018.
21 is when he won API. Okay.
Yeah, no, that was post bulk. All right, Scottie for par.
Post bulk.
Great worm cam. Just not breaking enough. The worm. Dude. The worm. I don't know if I'm just paying a lot more attention to the worm cam stuff because we have worm cam on our hats, but it's everywhere now.
Catherine asked me what worm cam was this morning. I was like,
you
you haven't been watching the stream. Babe.
Yeah, just tell her that it's one of those things where you kind of just have to know.
She's in production too. I was surprised.
It's probably a golf term, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean,
what
video production really had to get that.
What other video production would be like? I want the view of a worm.
Billiards?
Yeah, maybe they probably don't call it worm cam though. They probably call it like pocket cam.
I guarantee they call it pocket cam.
They probably have a camera in the pocket. Sepp Straka's 3rd into 11. Didn't you say he was like your favorite player?
He's becoming somebody that I like want to root for because I think he gets forgotten too much, like underdog style. He's like playing so well this year.
That's still not his
crazy season.
That's still not his caddy, by the way.
Oh really?
Yeah, he must be proper injured. That guy.
Ben Griffin's caddy is a whole vibe. Bucket hat, long hair, beard.
Oh wow, Laz has got some. I did see this. So Amari Avery, her boyfriend, took her bag. Did you see this?
Yeah. Addie wrote this up.
Laz asks, what brave journalist is going to get to the bottom of the blatantly bullshit Amari Avery boyfriend took the wrong bag accidentally story? I will say, I'm a little skeptical about. I feel like we're not
gullible.
How can you? Does he have a staff bag?
They might have the same travel bag, like the college.
Yeah, but you would feel the difference between a staff bag and a normal bag.
Maybe he has a staff bag. Maybe he's doesn't want to be stacking up with a stand next to it.
Yeah. Jonathan Interstats, if not Ben or Scottie, who do you guys hope makes a run? I hope Nick Taylor, because I like when he's in contention, he wins. He's like when he gets hot, he closes the door. And I also Canadian Open next week would be cool going.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Next week's his Masters. Maybe he should come in 3rd.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Contend, but not really contend. Patrick Cantlay, this is his Masters because his Masters never really got started. I'm still bitter about his play in the majors this year. 3rd into 13, very good golf shot. I just don't get it because he does it on courses like this. You know what I mean? Like this is a hard golf course, single digits under par is probably going to win the tournament. And then he goes to the major and he's 4 over through 4. Spieth well short on 12.
Cantlay doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah, I think you're not alone in that.
I hung on a little while. I think Rick's always got left.
Rick always has a spot for him. A playoff would be sick. I was on site for Hovland playoff win, and it was electric.
We also would love a playoff.
Yeah,
Speaking of Rick,
we got him that was one of Rick's picks, plus 400. That flyover technology looks enhanced, doesn't it?
Oh, look at this 3D rendering.
Doesn't that look? That's like they've upgraded the graphics package.
It does look a little bit.
Yeah, I think they have.
Different.
The boyfriend came up at the party I was at yesterday afternoon. I'm gonna shut this one down. I don't know what.
Why is everybody coming for this guy? We don't know.
Apparently sounds like Laz does know. Ben Griffin on 11 tee, par 5. He's got the tee from Scottie. He's only one behind, and he has flushed it. I believe that's going to be in the middle of the fairway.
Hey, Terry. We love you, too. Thanks for
first time hearing I love you, boys. We love you, too. Do you know that person?
No.
Oh, first time they love us?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's the hats.
I was going to say, you guys got some low standards.
just know we need it.
All right, Scottie one-shot lead. Scottie's converted, I believe, his last 8 54-hole leads. I also saw a stat today, earlier in the broadcast, that since the beginning of 2022, Scottie's held a lead or a share of the lead after 54 holes 12 times. The next closest guy is 4. Xander Schauffele. So he's been a cut above. Not surprising, but he also he gets himself in position a lot and he wins a lot. That's how you become one of the best players in recent memory, and that's a good tee shot. I believe that's also going to find the fairway from Scottie. He had 2 good ones on 11 from the boys. I will respect the tread and lever details out. Laz is on one today.
Text me, Laz.
What does that mean? Vrai au faux?
We should have paid attention in Latin, I think. Or is that French?
Yeah.
Now I'm
Terry, no, we love you back. We love you back, absolutely. Keegan Bradley playing well again. That narrative continues.
Hey, whatever happened to Scottie's ankle injury?
It wasn't an injury.
I thought it was serious.
Nah, honestly, it could have been like it's hard to know if he was just upset about the back too, in that video. Or upset about the shot, rather. But it did look like it was a bit of a grimace.
Did you say back because you were thinking in your head, Ben, come back?
Yeah, I was thinking. I don't know what I was thinking about.
You better come back.
French for true or false. All right, Nick Taylor for birdie on 11. The hole's playing long, 580 uphill into the wind. Spieth went for it, though, and ran one across the bridge. Nick Taylor's going to miss that just on the low side. Maya Stark still clinging to a one-shot lead in the U.S. Women's Open over Nelly Korda. Jordan Spieth for par on 12. They're going to show. You got to show every single shot when this guy's in the mix because you never know what you're going to get. Right in the middle of that one. Beautiful. He will win today and the U.S. Open. That's simple. I see nobody else playing that well. AA. Look, I think the U.S. Open's a similar situation to the PGA, and I think it's sort of a indict. I don't know if indictment's the right word. It's sort of a summary of where we are in golf right now. It feels like there's like 4 or 5 players who could win that tournament, and not that many others. And that's what we thought at the PGA, and one of them won it. So it felt like it was Scottie, Bryson, Rory, sort of JT, sort of Xander.
Sort of Rahm.
Sort of Rahm. I had Rahm high up, but I do feel like Oakmont's like the ultimate test. So I think those guys, there's a tier A and a tier B, and there's a tier AA, which is Scottie, and then a tier A and then a tier B. Spieth has-been says AA. I don't know about has-been.
It's hard not to put Bryson and Rory in the same category at the majors.
Bryson is definitely feels like he's gonna. I mean, the last 5 majors on U.S. soil, he's had a legitimate chance to win.
Yeah.
Or at least been in the mix. So Rory will be there next week. He'll be there in Canada.
You'll be there next week.
I'll be there next week. I'll be there next week for an all-time fast trip. I'm taking a red eye on Monday and then back on Wednesday night. Nelly Korda off the tee on 12, which doesn't like that one-arm finish. You don't see a one-arm finish from Nelly Korda very often. Usually kind of a perfect balance.
Arguably like the prettiest golf swing ever.
It's very aesthetic.
When we did our golf swings ranking, a lot of people were like, how is Nelly Korda not in there?
Yeah. We were sticking with the men on that one.
Yeah. If you open it up, then
this was just double.
The pool is too wide.
Just double the swings.
Well, most female golfers have like picture perfect.
Positions swings. Are nice. Yeah. Tempo's really nice. Scheffler's course management will win him the U.S. Open today. It's certainly possible.
Yeah.
That would bring him 3/4 of the way to the Slam. Can you imagine that if he won that and then he had a chance to complete the career Grand Slam at Portrush?
Whew. I'm very happy with the situation that we're in because if he becomes a Woods-esque figure and just starts winning everything, if like 2025 is his 2000 or something, like that's awesome. And also the 5-horse race is awesome.
Yeah, it's all awesome. I think we would you could throw up the most random golf leaderboard in the world and we would find a reason to think that it was awesome. You know what I mean? Could be a bunch of people you never heard of who'd be like, oh my God, the storylines here, the Cinderella stories. Like, we just love the golf. But no, I think you're right. It's a good time. It feels like we're in a good place. Yeah, Scottie could do it. Absolutely could do it. I could see him winning multiple majors this year. I mean, he's already won one. He was so close last year, won all those tournaments. Griffin had his 2 weeks back to 57th and 26th for Griffin. I don't think so because he's had 2 weeks and he's in second right now. Griffin going to win in a playoff. Been a ton of playoffs over the years at Jack's Place, and I'm feeling one today. Jared W., we would love that. We have plus 400 playoff. There's a lot of bunching up at the top of this leaderboard. We got Sepp Straka does not catch the high lip. That's going to be a par on 11, and they will soon vacate the green, which allows the final group of Scheffler and Griffin to get there. We've got Cantlay for par. Missed it. As soon as I turned on the TV, that thing ran out fast. Pass the hole.
It's your boy.
There's Mav.
Something happened here.
Yeah, this something tells me this is going to go close. I don't have them in my ear on the broadcast saying this a moment ago, but I feel like this is going to be a hoop. They're showing it to
a
us.
Fun one.
Feels like this is going to be a hoop. I'm gonna feign excitement when it goes in.
Oh my god!
I can't believe it. He holed out. No, that's awesome because it's like also they have to show it.
He's also back to even. And he's 12. Yeah, like.
But I knew that. I did know that was going in. Of course.
As soon as you see the score, you know.
Yeah. As soon as you see the score, you know. And there's no way around that. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, but that's just I knew that was going in.
Yeah. That's part of the syndrome.
It's part of it.
Imagine if the person's first time watching a golf broadcast and they cut to that and they had no idea like we did. Like, we're just spoiled.
Yeah, we are spoiled.
That must have been delightful.
Yeah, a lot of people thought that was really like the highlight of the
Captain
day.
still left the TV on at home, the same channel when I left.
Ben Griffin going for it, and wow, that was a nuke of a 3-wood because Spieth went for it and he's landed short of the water. It's just missed the green to the left, but that had some.
That was creatine, baby.
It's that creatine. Yeah, he said he started taking creatine and working out every single day, and he doesn't drink alcohol anymore. He's like to turn himself into a super golfer. That was off of not a super level. I mean, that was a big boy shot.
I'm calling him the Griffinator.
It was at least that was like 270, 275. Scottie going next. He's pulled it. And it's not coming back. That's gonna miss. Long left. Oh, right where the people are standing. You'll probably get a lie over there.
Nice. I think he probably hit 7-wood there, if I'm guessing.
You don't think that was 3-wood? I think it was 3-wood. I think it was 266.
He hit 7-wood from 264 earlier.
Did he?
And that's what Trevor at. He's like, Dottie, you sure that's not a 3-wood? He's like, that's 7.
You know, 12 at Memorial is like Jack's homage to 12 at Augusta.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they look kind of similar, don't they?
Yeah, you know what?
You see where they're going for.
You can see the shape.
Tomorrow's the longest day in golf.
Oh, is that tomorrow?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go live. Like while it's like a lot of it's wrapping up and just like talk about who's in it and stuff. Might as well.
Yeah.
Try it. No downside.
You've got this.
Yeah, I've got this, and I'm not flying. I don't leave until like 9:30 tomorrow. So
I booked my Pittsburgh flight finally. 2:30.
Excited?
Yeah. Not direct.
There's no directs from LA. You knew that.
Not even on American.
You knew that though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spieth just ripped a high cut into the fairway. It's funny because like for as erratic as he is still and manages to be, he actually is driving it like as good as ever. Question for Dan. If 98% of NCAA is stroke play, 4 or 5 counting, then why on God's green earth do we decide the national title with match play television? That's why. It became a television product, and the stroke play with the teams is a disaster to try to televise because teams play.
Yeah, you ever watch Live?
Well, not even that. It's like the tee times get all weird, and like you're counting up scores that are already in, and you don't know. Like it's not a neat process, and oftentimes with 4 rounds of stroke play and 4 rounds counting, it's so many more like round. Basically, there's so much that goes into one score that the variance is huge. So like it's very, very rare that you get like a 1-shot lead or like a 1-shot win or like a 2-shot win. You know, it's like if you're counting a team score is like 1,000. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like
also match play rules. Why don't they just do more match play in regular season?
I agree. I mean, I think they do some match play. SEC championships are match play. Russell Henley just made a birdie to get to 4 under. If only networks had experience airing stroke play, but Laz, it's not the same because there's all those scores and it's not neat with the tee times. So it doesn't like crescendo the way that you're thinking it does. There's Ricky Fowler playing a sponsors exemption. I think Spieth is also on a sponsors exemption. What a shot. Henley with a late charge. Another guy who no majors this year. Missed the cut in both, which is a little bit damning to his.
He's on your Ryder Cup.
He's in. He's gonna make the team. He's gonna make the team because of his consistency and because of how straight he hits the ball. But you can't miss the cut in the first 2 majors of the year. Like, that bothers me. And he was also solid at the President's Cup. And I think all the guys like him. But
I think that's the biggest thing he has going for him. He's a team guy.
People just like him, yeah. Exactly as I predicted. Scottie found a little bit of a lie. I mean, there's a little bit of a clump right of it, but he can still get to the back of it. He'd still rather have that than have it buried, especially because this needs to come in with some height because he's short-sided. I would expect this to go 10 feet past it. Played this morning, went 47-37. Am I good enough to make the tour? I think so. Well, if you played another 9, you would have shot 27.
Yeah.
So then you would have shot 64. Oh, it came out beautifully. Lands on the front edge. Right of it, though.
Yeah, he's going to have to make a putt.
Yeah, I thought the trajectory was perfect. I was not expecting it to, like, shoot right like that. All right, he'll have about 15 feet up the hill. So Ricky instead is getting a ton of points on his sponsors. Therein lies the issue with the current system. It's a good problem, though. Oh, Snedeker's having a good week? I honestly have no idea. I've seen a couple people say that.
Good round today. I think he is in the top 10.
Bro, what's he been doing? Where's he? He shot 7 under today.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere. What the heck?
I don't know if that's a problem.
7 under? Oh, I didn't realize I'm still on the Tourcast thing, but we can still look at what I'm looking at. He had a top 10 in Puerto Rico. Okay. I mean, but I did not see that coming. Wow.
Part of the point of the exemption is that they should be up there.
Yeah, you would. Yeah. Is it better if the sponsor exemption plays well and gets a lot of points, or is it better if they just shoot 78 and shit the bed? All right, Ben Griffin's ball only rested about a foot off the green, and it looks like the lie is decent. So he won't have the same issue that Scottie has with kind of needing it to go up in the air. He can play a little bump and runner. This is pretty doable, I would think. Just got to start it left. You can see how much that green slopes from left to right. He does not look comfortable with it. He's waiting for something? Oh, yeah, there's a ruling going on. Can you guys tell us what's going on here? Because I can't hear and don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, is he standing on a sprinkler? Yeah, he's standing on a sprinkler.
Yeah.
Context clues. But it's a good lie. I don't know if I would drop. You don't want to drop. You don't want to drop in that rough unless he finds like a little patch that he likes.
Doesn't that make it a little easier to like put his weight forward too?
I'm surprised that he.
No, he's not.
No, because it's in like a. It's just like in the worst spot, I think. Oh, that's our Steve Tool. That's our guy. I did the ride along with him.
Oh, yeah, your boy.
Feels like a long time ago.
In the rain at Torrey.
That's exactly right. Did he get denied? Maybe he got denied because it's not quite there. He's like,
He's like, my pinky toe is on this.
He's like, my tiny little toe is touching it, I promise.
The more I look at the shot, it looks like a hybrid poker for me, like a little driver bump. Oh. Nelly almost just chipped in.
Was that for birdie on 12? Or yeah. After the one arm swing. This would be huge for her. She's not been good in the majors since she won I think it was a Chevron she won last year.
She had the 5 out of 7.
We don't need that. Yeah, it was like her and Scottie last year.
And then it slowed down.
For her. Not so much for Scottie. All right, they're going to make him play it. I like it. I will say, they do say no a lot. And that's probably a really not fun. I actually asked about that. I was like, as a rules official, he's like, a lot of it's therapy. You're just like, how to deal with like angry people, like, and certain guys are going to handle it better than other guys. All right, Ben Griffin, he's got to play a bump and run here, and he's got to start it well left. Went higher than I expected. Ooh, just ran by on the high side. Still trickling out to about 6 feet.
Pretty good
shot. Yeah. Just a little bit firm with it.
I don't know that he would have done much better with a different lie.
Need some certified golf sicko merch, Danny says. JM, I would listen.
That can be arranged.
I just want a sicko hat, like a golf sicko hat.
The big letters.
Upside down.
Sicko upside down.
Nick Taylor almost just pulled a Canadian Open, and he had the putter in the left hand. I don't know if he even knows that he does that. Would he have done the drop again? That was a sick putt. You know, that's the logo.
It's the RBC logo.
You know, it's permanent now.
Yeah, it's the tournament's logo.
It was initially supposed to be like a 1 year thing.
Oh, I didn't know.
And then
that.
It's just so sick. Why would they not keep it?
Good for them.
Yeah, because now they can write Canadian Open, and it's clear that it's like golf. Like it just works.
Do you think they should change the PGA Tour silhouette logo?
Yeah.
To Tiger?
Yeah.
What pose would it be? Yeah.
With the putter in his backhand.
With the putter hanging back.
With the putter hanging back. Or twirling the club, but that feels a little too niche.
Oh, like
like the President's Cup twirl.
President's Cup?
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that'd be sick. If you had the club like in between his hands like that.
Be hard to show silhouette, but like golfers would know.
I think that would be a really nice thing that they could do.
Also, the fist pump this way would be a little wide, maybe for the type of logo.
Yeah, they got graphics. I think Josh could do that.
Josh could do anything.
Oh, and Scottie right in the heart. Right in the heart in front of Ben Griffin to get to 9 under. He's got a 2-shot lead. He's going to be really difficult to beat. He's going to be really, really difficult to beat, especially if he keeps making those putts. Scottie Shuffle as the PGA logo would be cool if Scottie was legend status. I agree. One of the PGA Tour people made the Players logo. When he went back-to-back, they did the Players logo with him.
It looked good.
It looked really good. And it's very distinct. It's very, very distinct. Yeah, if Scottie ever had a brand, which doesn't really seem like Scottie, but if he ever had like Nicklaus had a brand, Hogan had a brand.
They all have some. Will Zalatoris has a brand. Did you catch that on his press release about his back?
No.
He has a WZ.
Oh, I meant like a clothing line.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, he has his own logo?
He has his own logo.
Willie Z.
Justin Rose has his own logo.
Well, I mean, all you got to do is there's so many graphic designers make you a logo. But I mean, like, if he ever had a clothing brand, that would be and Ben Griffin pulled it. That was a Mongolian reversal right there. A stroke play Mongolian reversal. You've got Ben Griffin from 6 feet, Scottie from 15 feet. You're thinking maybe Ben Griffin's going to kind of tie it up. Goes the other way.
Maybe that's what you get for
trying to fudge the rules a little bit.
For trying to take advantage.
He was just asking questions. He's just doing a little research.
Just asking questions.
Yeah. I'm just doing a little research. Should be John Daly fisting a beer and cig in mouth. That's funny. That's really funny.
I'd take it. John Daly, a big appearance in the new Happy Gilmore trailer. Did you see it?
They have a new one?
Yeah,
was it good?
Came out yesterday, yeah.
The first one was not my favorite trailer I've ever seen.
It's good. It tells you like a little bit about the plot.
It does. I got to watch it.
You're going to get a little...
Bro, I've been off the grid, bro.
All right, let me tell you what Happy Gilmore 2 was happening. As Jordan Spieth putts here.
Yeah, as Jordan Spieth putts for birdie on 13.
And Nelly Korda tees off on 13.
Wow. We're in sync.
That is unlucky. 13-13. Let's hope Nelly gets luckier than Jordan.
Yeah, she's on the left side of the green. Is that going to climb to the... Yeah, it's on the right tier, though.
All right.
I think it's on the right tier, yeah.
Let's just talk about the golf. I don't need...
You don't need to... Yeah, we can all watch... We can watch it on our...
Go watch the trailer.
There's enough golf going on. When does it come out? July something?
July 25th, I want to say.
How about Stick coming out this week?
Excited for Stick.
You guys are going to see a little cameo from Dan Rapp. Scottie is great, but like everyone else who dominates for a while, he will come back to earth, has to. If anyone is going to get hurt out there, it's definitely Scottie with that swing. It's an interesting point, Trags. We talked about this on the show. That there was a clip that surfaced from last week that showed Scottie doing a shuffle and then appearing to be in like a decent amount of discomfort. And we talk sometimes on this show about the alien test. If you had just an alien come who'd never seen golf before and they watch that guy swing, they would say his ankle and Achilles might have an issue when he gets older. Just saying, it's possible. Definitely trending towards another Scottie win today. I would agree with that, B-Man. Oh, B-Man, that's what I call my dog. I actually have your name tattooed on my body right there.
B-Man.
That's kind of weird.
While you were talking about that, they showed the Charles Schwab Cup standings, the money list. Angel Cabrera is second in the money list.
He's won 3 times.
He's only played 3 tournaments, hasn't he?
I think he's played more, but he's won 3 of the last 5 starts. Who's leading it?
Miguel Angel Jimenez, I think.
All right, Scottie looks like he's aimed well left on 12 with a 7-iron. I don't know if that's just the camera angle. He's going to play a high cut here. 7-iron from 179. It's definitely going to be a high cut. Yeah, that's a feather job, and that's curving right toward it. God, is that pretty.
105.
God, is that pretty. That shot right there is like kind of an encapsulation of Scottie Scheffler in this run. It's not right at the flag. It's not like a crazy highlight shot. It's just a feathered 7-iron that starts on the left side of the green and is always cutting toward it. Never going to go anywhere but 15 feet from the hole, perfectly beneath it. Clear look at birdie. That's the kind of golf that he's been playing for the last 3 years. And that's the kind of golf that wins major championships. Like, for all of the talk about Tiger and stuff, it's like there were so many just boring golf shots to 16 feet. You wear people out. That's how you win.
It's the exact game you need to win at Bethpage as well. Exact, like that shot.
You mean at Oakmont or Bethpage?
At Bethpage.
Both.
I'm talking about the Ryder Cup. Yeah, Oakmont as well.
I mean, that's just a great golf shot, you know. And it's not gonna make any highlight reels, but it's just impressive, man. It's just really impressive. See, and you see Ben Griffin's there, and it's not, you don't want to extrapolate a lot from one shot, but he hits a double cross pull into the back bunker, right? I mean, that's a one shot difference right there.
Yep. Best ball striker in the world.
In the world. And that's also semi-buried for Ben Griffin, chipping back toward the water. So, Scottie's odds right now, I don't know where our live odds guy is, but they got to be like minus 350.
Isn't that Jonathan? Jonathan Anson, are you our
No, I think it's
guy?
Laz.
I don't know if that's plugged.
It's next week in Canada's signature event. It is not Maxwell Malsani, but I'm still going, and I'm still really excited because I've heard it feels like huge. It's their national open. It's a proud tournament. I've never been, so I'm very much looking forward to it. As Rory would say, I'm really looking forward to it.
I want some of that footage of the tapping on the. You know how they do that on the tee box?
No, what do they do?
You know how hockey players like tap on the boards?
Yeah,
they have the boards around the tee
we'll
box, and the fans do that.
Alex Bush we'll chef that up.
I think Nelly Corda is just still playing ho-hum golf to remain one back.
Yeah. Looks like pretty solid crowds out there. The U.S. Women's Open is it's by far their biggest tournament, isn't it? It's like the Masters of women's golf.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, definitely of the majors, it seems to have the most.
Oh yeah, what do you think about Luke?
Luke is making his debut next week. There's and David Ford is also making his official. He played in a PGA. He played Colonial a couple of weeks ago, but that was just on a sponsors exemption.
Pair him up.
He starts his FedEx year right now. I think Luke's going to hit the ground running. I don't see any reason why. I actually think it's probably one of the most surefire he's going to hit the ground running because he's already hit the ground running.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, nothing changes. If anything, it'll be even better because he won't have to worry about going back to school. But I mean, he's proven over the last year that he's a much better than average PGA Tour player already. So I don't have a lot of any doubts about it at all.
I would say based on watching your interviews with him too, he's got the mentality.
He's a pro. That kid's a pro. Nelly's left it woefully short on 13. That's gonna be about 6 feet. Yeah, he's just a pro. And it was interesting when he was telling us about when Luke Clanton was telling us about how different he was as a freshman to a senior. Because he said he was an agnostic or atheist. He said he was atheist when he started. Now he's very religious. Faith is a huge part of his life. I think he's just done a total 180. My dark horse for the Ryder Cup team was Nick Dunlap, and then he shot a 90 at the Masters. It wasn't just 90 at the Masters. Go look at the recent scores. If you're plugged, make sure it's flared, or else you won't get it back. Okay. So did Luke and Ford get their card through 26? Yes, they do. Anyone if you win PGA Tour U, if you get a PGA Tour card through PGA Tour U, whether that's by winning the PGA Tour U as a senior or accelerated, you get a year and a half. So Gordon Sargent also starts next week and gets a year and a half, and he's not even in the top 500 of the college rankings. I'm interested in.
Because he's played as an amateur?
No, because he completely lost his game. He was the number one amateur in the world. Vanderbilt played NCAAs. They didn't even bring him.
But you're saying he got his card and then he lost his game.
Correct. He got his card like Koiven just did, locked it up. He deferred.
Through the U, yeah.
But he deferred. He got it as a junior. So Luke got it as a junior. He's going straight.
It's what Koiven's risking by going back to school.
Correct. But apparently he got paid a ton of money. Take women's golf has far too many majors. Evian can go away. I agree with that. I think
everybody says.
I think there should be 4 majors. That's kind of how it goes. But I got some Gordon Sargent tea. Well, you're gonna have to share.
Laz is holding all the tea behind the chat.
Yeah, Laz is like the Dumois of golf.
Laz has a great story coming for us about a guy who makes ball markers that are lucky, apparently.
Oh, dude, Wax has one of those. I will say I know they people like get holes in one with them. So my buddy Wax got one. He was like, I got these markers. He actually gave me one. I never used it, and he was like, these are lucky. These are lucky. And then the first round we played, he dunked a 30-yard bunker shot. So it wasn't a hole in one, but it was like, well, that's a little weird.
Freddie Couples last week was the latest to get one with it.
People are just acing things.
I did a video on my Vlad sent me a video from this guy.
That's got to be a video story, because if you read that, you're gonna be like, "That's not fucking true." But if you see people be like, "Dude, like."
Freddie, wait, are those markers lucky? Wait, what the hell is going on here? Holy shit! Freddie Couples.
You can see this.
Is that him?
Yeah, that's him.
That's the guy who makes the markers.
That's him. He's an artist.
Wow.
Wild man.
Scottie makes part. Yeah, dude. I. That's funny that I actually knew what that was.
That's crazy.
Yeah. That's so bold. He could definitely get to that point. Yeah. I saw someone say, Max. Scottie is no questions asked top 5 golfer of all time. I don't know about no questions asked. I understand what you're saying, because it feels like the level he's at right now, and also there's recency bias. But body of work is important, and we're not there yet.
He's not off track yet. He's still.
Oh no, he's definitely not off track. He's 28, right? Yeah. Like, oh, what a shot from Keegan! What a beautiful golf shot from Keegan. Keegan continues to play well. I thought the anxiety of being the captain and trying to play a schedule, I thought he was not going to have a good year, and he's having a pretty solid year again. All right, Nick Taylor from the right side 13. Come on, Nick. It doesn't look like Ben Griffin's going to be able to stick with Scottie. So let's see if Mr. Taylor can step into that void. Another guy who's had some major success. He, up until the Masters, he had missed the cut in 9 straight majors, I believe it was. 8 or 9 straight majors, he made the cut at the Masters. Oh, wow. Nelly Korda made a bogey on 13, and Maya Stark made a birdie. So she's got a 3-shot lead all of a sudden.
Ooh.
Speed from 135 from the rough. There's water in front. Camera guy has no idea. I have no idea. But he did the immediate. Jordan does one where he hits him and he goes like that.
Yeah. I know exactly what you mean.
Ben Griffin for par. Right up against the lip. Oh my God, that was flirting. That looked good for a long time. All right, Scottie's got a 3-shot lead with 6 holes to play. It's just It's just like the foot is just like on the throat, and it just, he put a little bit more pressure on it. Yeah, exactly. He's just cranking the wheel.
I saw a meme this morning that was, the meme of like the guy with his girlfriend like turning around looking at the other girl.
Yeah.
And the girlfriend was the field. Oh man, I'm gonna botch it.
You already did. I'm afraid you already did.
Go look it up on Twitter.
When you said I'm gonna botch it, that made it sound like you hadn't already botched it.
Did I even say it? I didn't even realize I preambled what I was
Yeah, you said I'm gonna botch it. You said you botched it, then you said I'm gonna botch it, and then you went, oh. So it's kind of a reverse order. Valdo, oh yeah, we're having a little debate in the chat now. Guys, name your top 5 golfers of all time. I'll go first. Actually, no, I'll go first. Tiger, Jack, Hogan, see, it's hard. Like, it's really hard to like. Do you say Bobby Jones because he? You know what I mean? Like, do you go with Arnold Palmer because that's more of like a, Snead probably has a good shout.
Actually, can I ask you a question while you're contemplating? Why don't people bring up Faldo enough in that conversation? Even last time we talked about this, like he's got so many majors.
Six majors, but I don't think he won. I mean, it's hard. He was in Europe, so we don't think of we don't hear him on the like all-time wins list type of thing. I think that's one of the reasons why. And also, people weren't like a huge fan of him. He wasn't like a big star.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Just always think about that major number.
6 is quite a lot. Wow, Scottie going over the trees on 13. Is it gonna carry that bunker? It's 134 feet, which is very high for a Scottie Scheffler tee shot, and it does. It actually spins back. Carries everything, catches the left side of the fairway. This man's marching. It's a march. Tiger, Jack, Hogan, Watson, Jones. Will Aaron Hills ever get another chance for a men's major? I don't know, Max. I don't know. I think they're having the U.S. Amateur. But I don't know. I mean, oh yeah, Spieth went in the water and then saved bogey. It's just classic. It's just never
With authority.
Never a dull moment. Never a dull second with that guy. Ben Griffin on the tee on 13. Not a fan of the signage at Memorial. Looks like a sign on a looks like the
Like real estate?
no, like a sign that I would see at Yosemite. Looks like a national park sign, you know? That's in the right rough. Tiger, Jack, Scottie, Rory, Pat. Are people really doing this with Scottie right now?
Patrick who?
Reed, probably. They're trolling. Tiger, so they're not doing this. Tiger, Jack, Bobby Jones, Palmer, Watson. Watson's up there too. 8 majors, I believe, for Mr. Watson.
I think it's Tiger, Jack, Arnie, Watson.
But I think Arnie is Hogan. I think Tiger, Jack, Hogan are pretty much locks, and then the last 2 spots could go a million different ways. Because like that's a bit of an aura pick, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, he's got 4 majors.
No, he's got 5 or 6. I think he has 6.
Got 6 majors.
I think he has 6 majors.
Got as many as the great
Nick Faldo. 7 majors.
Really?
7 majors. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, he won the Masters 4 times.
That's what I was thinking of. He has 4 Masters.
He put golf on his back in the early 1960s.
Yeah, I think Arnie makes it on that list.
Yeah, Arnie might be on the list. Also, the aura best doesn't. It just depends on what you mean by best. Look, that looks like a rope hook from Nick Taylor, and he's not a fan of it because it was indeed a rope hook. And this tournament is getting.
Nick's asked the question that I contemplate every time.
Where does Phil rank all time? He's fringe top 10, I think.
He's like 7 to me.
Yeah, he's top 10. I mean, he's had a 40 something wins, but I feel like the PGA Tour win count again, like is only really relevant for guys in the last, like really after Nicklaus.
Sure.
Because the tour was just such a different thing. Like, we know Arnold Palmer has like 60 something tour wins, and I don't really know what that means. Nicklaus, I have a little bit of a better idea because they like started the PGA Tour, Jack Nicklaus and Arnold Palmer. But like the first half, it's just hard to compare. Are you going to wear that hat after today? Yes.
I think so.
If you want my used hat, that's.
Oh, is that what
I don't know if that's what he's going at.
Did the worm cam fail
Yeah,
us?
we got it. Maybe we should do a little.
Little auction?
No, just like a little limited run, You know, for the true sickos, for the OG sickos, to just make like, and we'll do. We don't have to buy them. You know, we'll just do like a nice thing for the OGs.
Oh yeah.
All right, Nelly on 14. It's a par 5. She's gotta make a birdie here. Stark's got a 3-shot lead. Stark's got the par 5s to play, and that's a good start to it. It's right in the center of the fairway.
We got clips going. Yeah, we don't even know.
Yeah. Well, I did know. I was messaging Bush, but we didn't even know.
A moment ago.
This just a moment ago.
Ball knowing.
Feel a lot closer to 10 than 20.
I
Yeah,
agree.
I mean 6 majors. I think I think Phil's longevity is part of his legacy. Like being that good for that long. How many straight Ryder Cup teams and President's Cup teams did that guy play on?
Also, the resilience to have like 2 full eras, or really 3 full eras in golf. Like he had the long stretch where he never won a major, but he was like a killer.
Yeah.
Maybe more than that.
Moritz has a good point about Scottie. Do you think that Scottie can be the best without playing outside the U.S.? So he has not. I think he has 1 top 10 in an Open or something. Doesn't have that much success in the Open Championship. Isn't Tiger or Rory where they're playing in Australia and they're playing in India and they're playing. You're right about that. Scottie is an American, a very American golfer. But the game has shifted to being very American dominated and American centric. So back in the 80s and stuff, it was like you got to go in around the world because you got to go play against all the best players.
Right.
Scotty's playing against the best players. He's just doing it all in America.
But that type of golf to be a complete golfer, you got to be like if he's the GOAT.
Yeah. I think yeah. If Scottie never wins, I mean he's 28. If Scottie never wins an Open Championship, I think that's definitely part of it. I mean that's So I think that's a mark against Brooks Koepka is that, all 6 of his majors, or 5 majors rather, 5 or 6,
5.
5, 5. All 5 of his majors have come in at 2 majors. It's been 3 PGAs and 2 U.S.
2
Opens.
US Opens. 2 US Opens is big dog shit.
Yeah, exactly. Says Laz. If Bobby Jones is in the mix, so is Old Tom. That's exactly the point. It's like I feel like it's pretty much impossible to compare golfers throughout history up until like 1970, where it's been like at least somewhat like the tours have been at least somewhat established and consistent throughout the years.
Or the level of talent it took to compete in at the pro level was consistent for like decades at a time.
Yeah.
Relatively consistent.
All right, Ben Griffin in a terrible spot on 13, directly behind a tree in super thick rough. Does Scottie have all of his success if the live guys are on a different tour? Probably maybe 1 or 2 tournaments less, but I think yes. Short left for Ben Griffin into the rough, short-sided, gonna have to hit over a bunker. No bueno.
I was impressed he got that out without hitting that tree. Though.
Yeah.
It came out perfect. He just didn't get it to cut enough. Look at that slope.
Bobby Jones was beating the same 15 trust funders every week. If Old Tom is in the mix, then Jesus is too. They're going off in the chat right now. I love it.
Jesus is always in the
Jesus
mix.
is in the conversation.
That dude was playing golf like.
Do you know how many fairways that guy would hit? Well right from Scottie. That was a squirrely shot. That was not what he was trying to do. But again, it's on the fat part of the green. It's getting a little bit better. It's probably 25 feet. Absolutely no danger.
Would Jesus ever take a putt? That's my question.
I'm not sure.
Does he play ball and hole?
I think so. As an amateur, Brooks is an asshole. LOL says, hey. Bobby Jones in a 5-year span, 5 U.S. Amateur champions, 4 U.S. Opens, 3 British Open championships, 4 British champions. But again, I do think that was probably against like 20 guys who could play. Against Toombs, that's exactly right. Bryson is great for golf. Rombo over Scottie in a playoff in Pittsburgh. I think that was big for Rombo. I know he didn't close the way he wanted to at Quill Hollow, but I think it was big for him to prove to himself that he's still that same guy. That was his first time getting into the mix since he's gone to live in a major championship.
I can see Rom being successful at Oakmont.
I could totally see Rom. Morikawa is the one name that I keep coming back to. Cantlay hits the high lip for a birdie on 15. You pick Colin. It's gonna be another lifeless $375,000 a week for Patrick Cantlay. Nick Taylor, I think that tee shot went in the water, and that third shot just kicked off the back of the green, too low of a descent angle, lands too deep in the green, goes into the rough long, impossible chip coming back. Goodbye. They are making, Scottie's playing great, but no one's making it crazy difficult. It's just Russell Henley just absolutely shoves a 3.5 footer on 17. Guys, they're paving the way for Scottie here.
Ricky, there's Ricky.
What's up, party people? Hey, Ricky, missed you. Oh, guys, we got U.S. Women's Open on as well, but we got a pair of 3-shot leads right now. And we got Ben Taylor playing well away. He's going to try to use the slope. This will be cool if he pulls it off. He can try to use the slope on 13, ride it way up the right side, and see if it'll come down. He's done what he wanted to. He's gotten it way up the right side. And coming back. It's trying to. It's a little too firm. Yeah, just hard to judge the speed there.
That went everywhere.
Pretty sure Homa isn't qualified for U.S. Open. Do you know if he will be competing tomorrow? Says Maxwell Molisani. I don't know if that's true.
Big
U.S. Open exemptions. Let's see. Players exempt. He's not. Max Homa is not exempt for the U.S. Open. I didn't know that. And I saw this was a good. I saw he shot 4 under when I left to go to the woods.
Oh yeah.
I got back today and he was 11 over. So that went south in a hurry. Maverick McNeely, another solid week for Maverick. He's in 10th. It's been on my Ryder Cup list for a couple times now. I'm keeping him there. I think it's really, really solid. It does not feel fluky at all. Nick Taylor's 4th shot on 14. This is dangerous. He's got to build up a lot of speed to get it out. Yeah, I
think that's it for Nick Taylor.
That was pretty much undoable. Yeah, it's for double. That is it for Nick Taylor. I'll tell you right now. That is it for Nick Taylor. Scottie is minus 2,500 to win the tournament right now. You'd have to bet $2,500 to win $100. The books have absolutely no doubt who's winning this tournament. Absolutely no doubt. Okay.
Man, I just look at those. You see like Nick Taylor, 30,000. You're like, whoa.
Yeah. Well, he's about to
Just
make double.
imagine.
Yeah, they just yeah. It's worth it. It's worth a live bullet. All right, nice worm cam for Ben Griffin for par here. That's gonna miss on the low side though. Scottie's gonna have a 4-shot lead. Scottie's gonna have a 4-shot lead.
Do you know the story about why Ben Griffin wears those sunglasses?
No.
So he had some kind of eye surgery because he had floaters.
What does that mean?
It means like there's like black floating like dots like in your vision.
That's
so
not
it's
good.
affecting his putting. So he tried some dark sunglasses and they worked. And once he realized they worked, he hit up CT Pan because he was like, I love the sunglasses that you wear. Like, what are they? And he told him they're these U-Swing is the name of the brand. Same brand that Phil Mickelson wore at the PGA.
Okay,
Kiowa.
yeah. So the shiny aviators.
Yeah. So he wears them for medical reasons, but he Venmo'd CT Pan $20 for a pair.
Really?
And they're $700 sunglasses.
Are they really?
Yeah.
What, they're just like the lenses are crazy.
I
They're
think there's
just like
a lot of tech in those lenses.
yeah. Scottie for birdie on 13. It rolls just by on the low side, but that will be no damage. That's about 2 feet. He should clean that up, no problem. Dude, does Scottie have the Tiger effect or something? Everyone kind of went away at the PGA too. They all kind of cleared the way. Nick Taylor double bogey.
I think Ben Griffin was quoted saying, I beat Scottie Scheffler in Texas last week.
Yeah.
I can beat him again. I don't think he came in like.
Did he say
afraid.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he did beat him last week.
Yeah.
I think Scottie was like only half there last week. Right after the PGA. He was
It's just a home game.
It was just a home game. He was like, why not?
It's like a homecoming.
I'll finish.
carnival.
He's like, I'll finish fourth. I don't
Yeah.
want to watch the baby all week.
Oh man, I'll just make a couple $100,000 and.
Is there a more clutch putt in the history of golf than Nick Taylor's to win the Canadian Open since our coworker Ryan Stone? Yeah. Probably. Tiger Woods to win the 2008 U.S. Open, just in terms of magnitude, but it wasn't a 72-footer. I feel like Scottie's play out of the rough won this tournament. His chipping has been so good per usual. One of the most underrated part of his games.
Super underrated.
Super, yeah. That's what Jason Day said, right? Super underrated, bro. Yeah, no, his short game is fantastic, creative, goes low, goes high, spinners, bump and runs. It's really impressive. Harry Fredericks says, just like the football players of today would definitely dominate over guys in the 60s and 70s, but Jim Brown would dominate in this era as well because it's everyone says this. How do you know? You can't. I will say you can only beat what's in front of you. So we say that about Bobby Jones, but maybe he was so good that he would have beat if there was 100 people, but like he didn't have that opportunity. It's just impossible.
I get like sweaty when these conversations get to this point because I'm like, this is just how we sports fans keep ourselves busy.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. I mean, we talk about golf nonstop all day. So, do you think Spieth ever wins again? Yeah, I'll say he wins again.
Absolutely.
I'll say he wins again. I don't know if he's going to win another major, but I'll say he wins again. He still shows up on the front page of leaderboards. It's not like, he's not had like a Max Homa struggle recently where he's just, shooting 6 over, in a third of the rounds. Like that's.
He also might find himself in an opposite field event, which
yeah, Spieth wins the Puerto Rico Open. You think?
Barracuda.
I don't know. He seems to be on the sponsors exemption diet.
It's true.
Keimer putt at Medina to win the Ryder Cup was clutch. Indeed, it was, but also very painful. 20 guys who could play also equals 20 guys who could afford to sail across the Atlantic a week to stay for 2 weeks and play for no money and sail back home another week. Waz has got the receipts.
Got them all.
Do you think Spieth makes the Ryder Cup? I would not pick him, but I think there's a chance. I think there's a chance because, I don't know, Keegan's sort of closer to it all, and like Jordan Spieth still has like aura and still makes a lot of birdies. Like I think the players are going to be really involved in this process. I think there's a chance. Scottie on the 14th tee. This is the one where Colin Morikawa hit it really close to win that Workday Open for the real sickos. You remember that during COVID? I was there that day. That's why I remember. Right in the middle of the fairway.
I love that graphic they do, by the way, with the red target that moves.
Yeah, that won the Sports Emmy.
Sick.
That won a Sports Emmy.
Well deserved.
Homa is competing in Ohio, I think. Yep, they have the big Monday one right after Memorial. There was a big one in Texas a couple weeks ago that Joel Damon did not get through.
All right, here's the other thing. We'll keep talking about it. Where do you rank Bobby Jones? He couldn't move the ball the way that these guys, like, he wouldn't even know shots. Like, you could take a guy that was like top 15 OWGR in 1968, and he can move the golf ball in ways that Bobby Jones never even tried to fathom.
Yeah.
Or like create shots. So
yeah, the sport has changed. Whereas like baseball is like they've been doing it pretty, it's changed a little bit less.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ben Griffin mashing driver. I like it. Aggressive play.
Oh.
And because of the rough, it hangs up on the right side of the green. I like that. Go down swinging, Ben Griffin. I would rank Jones as the game's best amateur. I'd rank Tiger behind him. I'd also have Stu Hagestad in my top 10 amateur because he won a bunch of mid-ams. What about the guy who just died was one of the best amateurs ever. What's his name? Oh, he just died. Someone in the chat will know. He was a Philly guy. Bobby Jones had day job. He was a lawyer. Yeah, it's. I agree. I wouldn't even I wouldn't necessarily even categorize him like as a professional. Yeah, it was. He was a seminal figure in the history of the game. And he might be on the Mount Rushmore of golf, but it's just hard to compare him to guys who played for a living.
I was going to bring that up before. The Mount Rushmore of golf and the top 5 players of all time are very different.
Well, Mount Rushmore is
there's a lot of aura that gets baked in.
Is Arnie, Jack, Tiger. I mean, if you say Bobby Jones, then the Europeans get angry. They would say Seve because you got to have some worldwide representation.
Gary Player.
I don't know. These are hypothetical conversations that just go in circles.
They should build a monument at some point, right? Like
a Mount Rushmore of golf? Yeah. Just do it in Myrtle Beach. That's what I feel like it should
exactly where they do it.
Yeah.
They have a course there that's iconic holes.
Yeah. They have like a 12 at Augusta and all that stuff.
I played there with my dad.
We need a personality like Lee Trevino in the game on the PGA Tour.
We have lots of personalities on the PGA Tour. Not like Lee Trevino. I don't know if anybody will ever be like Lee Trevino again. Look at Bryson.
I was gonna say Bryson is definitely. I'm not saying he's Lee Trevino, but he's definitely a personality.
He's not the lovable version.
He is definitely a personality. What about Gordon Sargent? Is he playing this week? I believe he is playing in Canada. And you've asked a few questions about Gordon Sargent. We've talked about it, haven't we? He got his tour card. He's started hitting it super wild off the tee, and he's been struggling a lot. Nelly back to -6. Thank you for the update there. Jonathan Anderson. Scottie is there to take souls, period. That feels like a
Carl Mickelson.
Where's Carl Mickelson? Oh wow. Max Molisani. Liv has all the personalities. They did go for some personalities. They absolutely went for some personalities, and they got some. And they paid a lot of money for it. That's 100% true.
Yeah, Tyrrell Hatton.
Yeah, Tyrrell, Bryson, Brooks, DJ. I'm not saying DJ has a ton of personality, but his lack of personality sort of makes him a personality. Yeah. All right, Nelly made a birdie on 14, so she's only 2 back. Looked like a good balanced swing on 15. This course is so sick. Catches the left side of the fairway. How do you think Luke Clanton will do in his first week as a pro? T14. Can we buy the worm cam hats? Not yet.
Not yet.
T14. It's not a signature event. And he's fucking really good. He's the best amateur on the planet. Yeah. He's finished second on tour twice already. Twice.
Oh, he's gotten second.
He finished second twice last year.
All right.
Yeah. You're like, okay, sold.
New course. Not of course everybody's played, so it's new to him.
Yeah, exactly. Scottie setting up left again. Back right pin is going to be cut, and I expect this to go about 15 feet.
There's your shot. It's just cutting. It's just 1 inch at a time.
But that was no good. That was a pole. That's in the bunker. I think it's in the bunker. Big difference of bunker versus rough there because bunker, you should be able to get some spin on it and some height on it. Is Clanton in the U.S. Open? I think the McCormack medal winner gets in the U.S. Open. So, yes, I think he is. But you know what? We just had that list up. Exemptions for U.S. Open. Yep. Winner of the Mark McCormack medal for the longest time at world #1 amateur ranking in 2024 went to Luke Clan. So yes, he is. Yes, he is in.
Michael Lasasso will also be there.
Michael Lasasso, that's right. NCAA champ. What a golf. You see that guy's golf swing?
Yeah. Apparently it was at TPI when we were last week.
Oh, really?
The same day.
You didn't see him?
I didn't notice him. I didn't see him. Nicole saw him in a video, but he also had very tight shorts on there. So
Very tight. Dude, I mean, he's got some... I think that the shorts... I think they're just short. I think his quads are so big that like they're gonna fill up any pair of shorts.
Yeah.
It's just exacerbated by them being so short.
I agree.
We need Patrick Reed back. People love to hate him. Yeah, I can't tell if is that a smiley face? Yeah, it's a smiley face, but it's true. I like having Patrick Reed. I want them all back. I want everybody back. Ben Griffin, just short right on 14. Apparently, someone in the chat said that they were told to speed up.
Yeah. That's my least favorite shot, like pitch shot of all time. The way that ball below your feet like that.
Yeah, it's so easy to leave it short and right, like Ben Griffin just
That's
did.
why
Gordon
I'm
Sargent
back.
and David Ford have first PGA Tour starts next week. That is not entirely true. Their first ones as members. Well, not even as pros, because David Ford, his PGA Tour U exemption starts this week, but he played as a pro on a sponsor invite last week, or at Colonial. There's a lot going on. It's nebulous. These are nebulous details.
I'm glad you know them though.
Yeah,
Someone's got to.
I have to.
Lance Allworth.
Yeah, Scottie, it is a little bit of a tough shot, but important. I mean, it is a tough shot, but importantly, it came out of its pitch mark and it's on an upslope. So I don't think it's that difficult. I actually think standing outside the bunker, because of that left foot being high, he can really get like super vertical on it and kind of stand by.
Stab it.
Yeah, I think he's going to stab. Jay Siegel. That is exactly who I was talking about, Laz. Thank you. I think he's gonna stab it. It's gonna be like a pop up and then it's gonna run. Yeah, like that. Just got a little bit low and a little bit firm. That's gonna roll out. Yeah, it goes to the edge of the green.
A lot.
Lance Allworth would absolutely be a stud in the NFL in 2025. That is a message I did not expect to see in the watch along today. Nick Taylor with an iron in his hand, which it leads me to believe it's a layup. That is correct. On 15. That hole goes. Have you been to Muirfield Village?
No.
Oh, it's a cool place. Really.
Chad told me it's so hard. Like,
Yeah.
he was like,
oh
my
yeah.
God.
I mean, because the scores are always like high, but it's it'll kill an amateur just how like those rough and water.
Rough and water.
Rough and water is
And slopes.
Rough and water is a bad combination for amateurs. Scottie better golfer than Rory at his peak. What a hoop from Maverick McNeely on 18. What a hoop from Maverick McNeely. That brings him up to T6. That's another huge week. Those are big Ryder Cup points. That's a big. Attaboy, Mav. I'm gonna clap it up. Good stuff, Mav. Another good week for Ryan Fox. We'll check the leaderboard right now. Playing nicely this year, Ryan Fox. Got that first win in Myrtle Beach. Yeah, tie for 20th. That is a good week in a signature event. Sep's going for it. On 15, it's going well right. It catches the bunker, though. Not in the water, importantly. Crucially, some would say. Seems like Ludwig is searching right now. Took him to win at Oakmont earlier in the year, but really not confident at all 10 days out. He did shoot 600 today. But yeah, it's been a strange one for Ludwig. It's been a really, really strange year for him. You know, he started the year with that win at Genesis, and you thought, I think I wrote, he's actually tied for 16th, but I wrote that I thought he was going to be the next guy to get to #1 in the world, you know, apart from Scottie, and it just hasn't really happened this year, you know.
It was a really big flash.
It was a really big flash, and it felt like it was going to sustain, and then he was really good at the Masters. But since the Masters, T54 at RBC Heritage, T60 at Truist, that's in a signature event, so that's almost last. So is RBC Heritage, was also T54, and then missed the cut at the PGA. So a little bit of something to work off this week with that final round, but not the year that he's been hoping for. Nick Taylor, his third into 15. He's 6 behind. This tournament is so over. It is. Really good shot into 15, though.
Oh, man. Well, another guy, Oberg, however you want to say it, whose game perfectly suited for Oakmont, for Bethpage, like up just straight drive.
Yeah, big, straight, long.
Straight.
It helps. But let's see what the issue's been with Ludwig. He's still driving it well. It's everything else. I mean, he didn't drive well at Quail Hollow, but look at that. He's gaining every single week. The approach play has been only okay.
Yeah.
The putting's been only okay. It's not necessarily the driver. All right, Scottie for par on 14. Great worm cam from behind, and that curls into the left side. This guy is different stuff. He's different gravy. We're gonna get another big margin of victory. We're going to get another big margin of victory from
What do you think
Scottie.
it's going to be?
I think he's going to win by 5.
It'll be ultimately 5.
I think he's going to win by 5. So I think that would be an 8-shot win at Colonial. No. 8-shot win at the Nelson. 5-shot lead. 5-shot win at the PGA Championship. And we could see another really, really big one right here. So this is, we're not just seeing we're not seeing a guy who's just like squeaking out wins. There's like, I'm going to go through this leaderboard. There's a lot of separation between Scottie. Actually, I don't want to leave that page. There's a lot of separation between Scottie and everybody, a lot of other really, really amazing players. So Scottie's at 9 under. Colin Morikawa's 2 over. Fleetwood's 1 over. Shane Lowry's 3 over. Like, Justin Thomas is 5 over.
Wow.
Justin Rose is 8 over. Max Homa's 11 over. These guys are. They talk about Scottie maintaining this to be the standard, and these are weeks why. These guys are gonna. And this is his last start before the Open. He's gonna go home. He's gonna rest. He's a big, 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 big favorite at Oakmont.
He's just like Apple stock or like Google stock.
It's a blue chip stock.
Buy him at any time.
Yeah.
And hold him for 10 years. You're gonna be happy.
It's at the point where people ask me who's gonna win a tournament. I just say Scottie without. You got a decent chance. Par 5, 15th, Scottie Scheffler. There's trouble on the right here. Should fit his shot shape. Looks like a really good one. Yeah, he's swinging nicely. That is 177 ball speed, which is right where Scottie lives. Right in the middle of the fairway, 250 from there. It'll be a 3-wood, probably on the green. Spieth, Thomas, Homa, all of them do nothing for me. That's your prerogative. Tiger's dominant wins were so much more exciting to watch. This is boring. I bet you the golf looks really similar.
I think that's a
I think the golf looks really
valid
similar.
thing to bring up though, just because the way the Tiger hit the ball and like the jams he would get himself out of to do those wild wins. Like,
Well, he also just shows a lot more emotion. I think that's part of it.
so yeah, they were more exciting.
I
don't think it makes them more impressive.
Yeah, it's
necessarily.
Scottie. I mean, Tiger's better TV than Scottie. I think that's not breaking news. The story of Clinton being atheist before getting to his Florida State team got me thinking about the College Golf Fellowship. Pretty influential group. Yeah, that is a very influential group.
Facts.
A lot of college students, or a lot of the college golfers are active. Ben Griffin on 15 needs an absolute miracle. He's 4 down with 4 to play. It starts with a good tee shot on this hole, and he's done it. 183. He's got more speed than Scottie. That's what he was talking about with the creatine, working on it every day, getting stronger. It's changed a lot. He was talking about hitting wedges into holes that he's hit 4 irons into. All right, Nelly Korda for birdie on 15. This is a huge putt in the Women's Open. Sorry to jump over, but that caught my eye. Just as Sepp is putting for birdie on 15.
No love for Sepp.
Nelly low left, Sepp low right. And Nelly's is not in yet. That rolled 2.5 feet by. That U.S. Open trickle.
Such disrespect for my T2 king, Sepp Straka.
Sepp's going to go so high in the world ranking. Wait.
Is he 2 in the
FedEx Cup semi? Dude, it's crazy. We're going to talk about this on the show. The more I think about what they did with the Tour Championship, the crazier it's basically like the FedEx Cup doesn't even really exist anymore. It's just about getting to the Tour Championship and then winning the Tour Championship.
It's the qualifier, yeah, for the Tour Championship.
It's a qualifier for the Tour
And
Championship.
then it wipes.
I think maybe what they did is extremely smart. I'm starting to come around to it. I think that tournament's going to feel really, really big now, especially if they set it up really hard. And it's that's because they've never had it that way. When it was the Tour Championship before the starting strokes, it was. I'm gonna save this for the show. No, I'm not. It was the Tour. It was the Tour Championship, but it wasn't it didn't necessarily mean that you won the FedEx Cup. So you could win the Tour Championship and not win the FedEx Cup if you didn't have a good enough FedEx Cup season.
Right.
Now it's the Tour Championship is
it is the FedEx
it's
Cup.
actually an $18 million tournament or whatever it's for, as opposed to being kind of in a tournament that really impacts $18 million.
One and done.
One and
That's
done.
it.
And I
4
think
rounds.
they're gonna set it up hard as fuck because I think they want it.
said that.
Yeah, I think they want it.
They have to.
It's taken me a while to sort of come around on it, but I actually think I'm surprised that they did it that way. I'm surprised the players were okay with that, but I actually think that it's a good. I just didn't think that was really an option. I didn't think the players would want to play one tournament to determine who wins the season long title.
I thought they would do. You can win the FedEx Cup before the tour championship, so that person wins the FedEx
Yeah,
Cup
yeah, like
and the money
And-
and some money,
yeah.
and then the rest of the reserves are whoever wins the tournament.
yeah. I'm also a little bit surprised that like FedEx is like down, but we'll talk about it tomorrow. I initially really didn't like it, and I'm coming around on it, and that's okay. You're allowed to change your opinion.
The worst part of it's gone, right?
What?
The starting
The
strokes.
starting strokes. Yeah. Patrick Cantlay is the worst best golfer I've ever seen, says JM. What percentage of tour players do you think are 100% sober, no drinking, no drugs? What, like when they play or just in general? I think he means in general.
Maybe 5%.
In general, I would say, I mean, there's probably a lot of guys who like, there's a lot of, I mean, they're professional athletes, right? So there's probably a lot of guys who don't really drink during tournament weeks. That's probably like 60, you know, have nothing as like a hard and fast rule, maybe 50% during the week, maybe more. I don't know, somewhere around there. But a lot of them will like, if they're on an off week, like they'll have a glass of, you know what I'm saying?
In
Like
life.
sober, where it's like, I'm a hard rule. I don't drink anything. I think probably a lot of them don't drink during the season or when they're traveling or when they're playing. But I think it's probably a low
There's
number.
probably a higher rate of alcoholism among professional golfers versus other sports, I would guess, just because it's so conducive.
Well,
to,
you
like,
can
being a
do it.
drinking sport.
Well,
right?
also like you can, like, you don't have to be in like incredible physical condition,
right.
you know?
So there's probably a lot of guys who are like sober, like recovering even.
But not that are talked about. I mean, only Chris Kirk's
Right,
the only
that
one I
don't
can
talk
really,
about
yeah,
it.
Chris Kirk's the only one I can really think about. Well, and Ben Griffin. Ben Griffin is, I don't know.
yeah.
If, actually, I
Well,
don't
it
know.
was a
I don't,
health thing, he
I
said.
don't, I also don't know if he's like sober. All right, Ben Griffin, speaking of him, he's going for the green on 251.
Oh, he put his back into that
So
shit.
high, that 3-wood. That thing is soaring.
Didn't even give us an apex on it.
What a golf shot. Oh
Wow.
my God, look how soft that landed. Ben Griffin, some stones right there. That was a dart from 255 or something. Wow, is that impressive?
It was really impressive. You could see his back like made like an S shape on that. Put so much into it.
Drinking gives you shakes, but a lot dip for nicotine. Yeah, well, I didn't count that in the sober conversation. A lot of pro golfers use like mostly pouches now, Zyn or Zone. Scottie Scheffler, that's the 7 one. You called it from 250. I don't know why we didn't get the tracer there. They opted for the shot where you can't see the ball fly at all. Oh, does he answer? Oh, does he answer, Ben Griffin?
How demoralizing.
Oh, Ben Griffin's like, man, one squirrely shot here. I could pick up 2. No, you are not going to pick up 2 because that is 2 absolutely perfect golf
Scotty's
shots
ball
from
did this.
Scottie
It was like,
Scheffler.
Hey, buddy.
He said, he said,
Hang
excuse
out
me,
here.
I'm going to make some room. Incredible. Scottie said, watch this. Does anyone else have a chance at the U.S. Open? Yes, but not as big as they would probably
A
hope.
few guys.
Wow. Those were 2 epic shots. Those are 2 shots where it's like, if you guys were standing on the 15th tee at Memorial and I told you that 2 guys would have their golf ball a combined 25 feet from the hole, you'd be like, are they just hit 4 perfect shots in a row. Man, is that impressive. No course has defense for 310 yards down the middle and 260 yards on a string. I mean, Scotty's was even better. It might be outside, but it landed right on the front end. I mean, that almost took a look. That was probably flying right at the
Scooter
flag.
right next to it.
Right at the flag.
I think Ben's technically closer.
Ben is closer, but Ben's landed like softer on the left side of the green. I'm just saying Scotty's for line was perfect. Scotty is very real. Steady equals real. Nobody makes a run at him. Scotty is unreal. Yeah, he's
Also, Ben Griffin hit a 3-wood and held that green like that.
dude. His was so high.
That's insane.
Yeah, he got some serious height on that. Your boy Sepp
Let's go.
on 16, starting at the right side, kind of lazily trying to turn over, but not doing it. Yeah, it's gonna miss in the right, just right of the green.
So
Just
long,
right
Zach.
of the green. So long, everybody else, bro. We've been on the Scotty march. This has been clinical. This has been dominant. Can't lay for par. He missed it. He hasn't done anything good since we've been watching. Tell me who's back at the U.S. Open except Scotty. Tell me who to back at the U.S. Open except Scotty. Well, I think this watch long likes Morikawa that week. Just a feeling. Just a feeling.
No, I don't.
You don't?
No, I'm done. I'm
You
saying
picked him.
I stopped in the middle of a sentence. I picked him twice already, and he's let me down at
Oh.
Truist and at. I think I picked him 3 times this year. I mean, I don't bet. I just mentally pick.
Yeah.
But
You just choose a guy that
I
you want to
don't-
win.
I don't like Colin at Oakmont. I think he's moves the ball too much.
All right, Spieth from the bunker on 2. I can't believe he's still playing. Haven't seen him in a little while. From the bunker on 17, this is a tough shot. Elevated green. That was a layup. Or was it a layup? Hard to tell with him.
Hard to know this guy.
Hard to know what that was. Did that go in the water?
It's a tough shot to have on playing.
That could very easily go in the water. Watching Scottie's feet and then watching his ball pisses me off. Says Mitchell B. I get it. It's so funny. It looks so unstable and it's just so stable. You want to get a little read here?
Yeah, I want to see what Spieth's ball did.
Oh. They don't know yet.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get a little read on Scottie's. Downhill, pretty straight.
Yeah.
Maybe going a little left at the hole. Certainly make
Griffin's ball next to his there.
They can. Here, wait. You do this.
Oh, that's cool. How about that?
And then there's Griffin's ball. And then if you want to see his read, you just go. Wait, no. You go like that.
So a much harder putt for him.
Yeah, it's got
Much harder.
That's a strange putt. It goes left off this ridge, and then it sort of tries to straighten out.
It's a little bit of a double.
Yeah.
But he's also just got to go left of the hole. Scottie has left edge.
No, this isn't. It's just gonna. Yeah, it's downhill right to left. Yeah, and Scottie's is much straighter. There we go. There's Scottie's.
He's moving a little bit right to left.
Yeah, it should be like right edge if they show us the worm cam.
He can just send it. It's gonna go if he puts it left of the hole, it's gonna move right.
All right, look, he's got it aimed just right edge.
Worm cam.
Yeah, worm cam just to tell us exactly. That's where we thought it was gonna go. That's where we thought it was gonna go.
Look at that thing wiggle.
Oh my god, it wiggled so much. That's the worm cam difference.
It went along with the line of the cup.
Yeah, it went like right and then kind of tried to go back left at the end. I needed to stop drinking during the season. I didn't have a drinking problem, but I was drinking like I was still in college. When you drink consistently, you think you feel good, but you don't, says Michael Ocean. I imagine that is a Ben Griffin quote. Yeah. What do you all think of Charlie Woods and his future? It's extremely bright.
Seems bright.
That was his coming out party. That was the best performance of I don't even want to say career, the best performance of his life. That even sounds really dramatic. It was the best tournament he's had by a mile. Yeah. That's all. I can't even remember. I don't know if there were any results that were even anywhere in the same stratosphere as good as that one.
Showed us what he's fully capable of.
Beat Miles Russell, beat Tyler Watts. Those are the two best juniors. That was basically like a AJGA major championship. Like all the 60 of the top 100 played, which in junior golf is a huge number. Because these guys aren't pros; they all have different schedules with this, that, or the other. To get 60 of the top 100, and for him to win it, and he won by 2 or 3, shot 15 under par too. That was an interesting one. When I was talking to college coaches, I was like, "You see Charlie today?" They were all like, "Yeah, 15 under." Like they were more. It was almost like they were more.
Oh, it is aggregate.
They were almost more impressed with because shooting 15 under par for 3 rounds is like stack. Yeah, that's hard to do.
That's cool to hear.
Yeah. All right. Ben Griffin, he's got his aimed. It looks a lot straighter, but we think it's going to break left. It's going back right, and he left it short. No. Oh, he got it. That thing took its time. Ben Griffin with an eagle on 15. He says, I'm not done just yet. He's 3 back with 3 holes to play. Picked up 1 on Scottie there. That was a gutsy eagle. Hadn't made a birdie since the 5th hole. And when he won his tournament, he didn't make a birdie after the 2nd hole. I think he went eagle birdie when he won at Colonial, and then didn't do anything the rest of the round. So the round was kind of following a similar pattern to Colonial. So that's a big putt.
Boys used both side doors on that hole. Nobody hit it in the front of the cup.
No. Nick Taylor for birdie on 16. It's gonna roll across that ridge and then pick up speed. Low side the whole way. Griffin with signs of life, that is right. He needs to get into the majors, Ethan. He's not into the next 2. If Homa puts in a good 2 months, does he get any consideration considering the last Ryder Cup and past President's Cup? Yeah, if he puts in 2 really, really, really good months, but he's very far outside the picture right now. You can't in good conscience pick him. Is Matthew Wolff one of the biggest disappointments of young talent we've seen in a while? I've got an interesting take with Matthew Wolff. There's no rule in outside of professional sports that a person has to make the absolute most of their natural ability. If one of your friends tells you, I was working really hard, Spieth almost hold it from there. What else is new? If one of your friends was like, I was working really hard, but then I got this like really high paying job and, allowed me to sort of take my foot off the gas a little bit, you'd be like, dope.
You were sick, yeah.
You'd be like, that's amazing. And I think Matt Wolff didn't not saying he didn't.
There was something else there.
There's something else going on, right? Like, I'm not saying he doesn't love competing, he doesn't love golf, but like he took that offer because it was very appealing to him, and that's, I think he realized that he didn't need to be he didn't want to be like one of these crazy playing every week, traveling every week. Like I think the live, the guarantee of money and the knowing your schedule and only playing, Wolff is not into the majors, so he's only playing 14 times a year. So that means he has 38 off weeks a year. I think that appealed to him, and
Sounds
I think
like exactly what he needed.
And so right, and so is that disappointing to fans? Yeah, because we view athletes as heroes, and you want your heroes to milk every inch of achievement out of their natural gifts. But all right, Nelly Korda on 17. Stark's on 14. She's on 17, so there's a bit of a gap there. And she's hit it on the right side of those. There's some, that's going to stay in the fairway. There's some wide fairways for U.S. Open, I'll say that. But Aaron Hill's a big
I think you make a
ballpark.
really good point to wrap up the Matthew Wolff thing. Like, the job he had was stressing him out too much. He was open about that.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't good for him. Someone offered him the same job.
No, someone offered
For
him
less.
Someone offered
For
him a
for
higher
more
paying
money.
job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he wouldn't do the same job less times a year.
Yeah, like they. I mean, the
He's
rumor.
the perfect candidate.
Perfect candidate. The rumor was like 75. I mean, perfect candidate. Perfect candidate to get. I'm not saying that they would. Liv wouldn't say that that's what they're looking for, but they don't. They would just say they want
He
the
had
best
a
players.
name enough. That
Right.
That was like there
Totally.
was currency there.
But I'm just saying, like, the rumor with Matt Wolff was like he got $75 million. Like, how well he would have to play on the PGA Tour to get $75 million? How much work that would require? And I'm not saying that's bad to want to do that work, but everyone's different. Ben Griffin hit a very good shot into 16, but it just misses that ridge. That's going to be a fast putt down the hill. Dan, nice call on PSG winning the Champions League title this year. You called it a month ago. Great team. Team. Man United should take a lesson from that. Sell Bruno Fernandes and start over. That's what they did with Mbappe, and it worked out. Thoughts on Colin winning this year? We talked about Colin a lot on this show about the U.S. Open. Dan Griffin seems like a guy Liv would try to overpay this offseason. I don't think he would do that.
I don't think so.
He doesn't strike me as that type of guy.
I don't think they're coming for another wave of PGA Tour players. I think their next move is in a different space.
You think they're gonna go after the YouTubers?
Yeah.
And just put them on tour.
Yeah.
Then it's like,
What integrity are they like damaging that they haven't already damaged by doing that? 54-hole golf tournament has to care about what a pro is.
Well, I think if they get Scottie finds the right side of the green, kind of exactly what he needed to do. I think if Sark's got an eagle putt on 15. This would. I'm not gonna maybe one hand on the trophy.
Yeah.
If she gets a 4-shot lead with 5 holes to play, here's what I'll say: if they start handing out spots to YouTubers, I'm not. And you think someone other than Wesley? No, you're just saying Wesley.
Well, Wesley seems like
Yeah.
where the cards are showing, but I think they could grab anybody.
Okay, Wesley is a no-brainer, and that's why I think it could very well happen. And again, I don't know anything, but if they like give Grant Horvat like a spot, or if they give like, I don't know, Luke Kwan a spot or whatever it is, I think they're then less likely to get other tour pros.
True, but I
'Cause
don't.
they're
Don't you think they've tapped out the tour pros that they could really get at this point?
No. I think they just aren't offering the same money. If they come back with $80 million, someone will do it. 100 million %.
Who?
80 million % someone would do it. I'm not gonna name. I don't know, but like there hasn't been like a come to Jesus moment. There's just been less millions flying around for
It's still a lot of millions. It's just less.
Yeah, it's it's
Yeah, that's
just
a good
less like I don't think that it's like people have had this like moment where they're the allure of live is gone. I just think the cash is not where it was. Guys that matter who I could see going to live list: Wyndham Clark. He left for legacy, or he didn't leave for legacy. That's what he said afterwards. And then someone was commenting online that wasn't the truth, but he did say that he decided that his legacy was most important. Wyndham might have missed his payday, says Maxwell Molisani. He's not the only one who missed a payday. Hideki Matsuyama turned down $300 million. That's what we heard. Will Zalatoris had. I mean, basically any player worth a damn had a window to go for a ton of money, and
he might be next.
Some of them took it.
That's actually an interesting call.
But no, because I think they would have to pay him so much money, and I don't think they're going to do it. I don't know. It'll be really interesting to see if there's still no deal by the end of this year. It'll be.
I just think if I were them and I was like, okay, I haven't necessarily the live ownership or whoever is making the decision, like the biggest opportunity is the TV product, and like what's in terms of golf, like who offers you the most entertainment value right now? Is it a mid-level PGA Tour player or is it a very highly engaged YouTuber? And it's probably a highly engaged.
But then
YouTuber.
then it's just YouTube.
They're making an entertainment product. Yeah, they're just making golf but louder, and not trying to make something that's like rooted in.
Well, I think there's
OWGR.
I think there's two separate conversations. One is the Wesley Bryan conversation, which is like one step, and then the next guy is like big steps.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
If the other one would be big steps. Okay, Maya Stark missed it. She does have a 3-shot lead going to 15, short par 4. Look how sick that tee shot is with those bunkers out there.
Scary.
You can hit driver left if you want. Looks like she blocked that one a little bit. Is that going to find a bunker? Mm-hmm. No, it stays on the left side of the fairway. Pretty similar to where Nelly hit it, actually. Oklahoma State is the place where players go to peak. I'll say this in defense of Wolf. Yes. I think it's cool that we have a golf school that like exists, like all these other schools are, Florida, amazing program, Virginia, amazing program, Auburn, but they're not like golf schools. Like right. There's SEC, they're good at basketball, they're good at football. Like Oklahoma State, yeah, they're good at other sports, but like they're a golf school.
They say become a golf school in the SEC, but yeah.
I think it's a good thing that a program like Oklahoma State exists. Because like when I tell people, they're like, "Oh, what are the best colleges in golf?" And if they don't know, Scheffler's putting for birdie on 16. Beautiful pace.
Is Arizona State a golf school too?
Yeah.
Like, would you put them in the category?
Maybe they're like the second most golf school, but I don't think of them as a golf school. But like when people ask what are the best college programs, and I say like Oklahoma State's the best one, everyone's like, really? Like it's a surprising thing. Nelly Korda's second shot on 17 is left of the flag.
Mid.
Well left of the flag. Not what she needed there. And wrestling. A subtle flex for Scottie is that he is announced as the Olympic gold medalist on the first tee every year until at least 2028. And you know where that 2028 Olympic tournament is? Riviera Country Club. Ricky Fowler on 18. Another guy. He made a very good use of his sponsor's exemption this week. That'll be a top 10 for Ricky Fowler.
Is he wearing yellow today too? Yeah, he does that, right?
What?
For Memorial, he doesn't wear orange. He does yellow.
For the Nicholas Foundation, or yeah, when your sponsors invite you, play very, very nice. You play very, very nice. Scottie's already tapped in for par, I should say, on 16. Ben Griffin
warm cam
probably needs to make this. We're going to see it go down the slope and then break a little bit left. It's on a pretty promising line. It's on a very promising line. Is it going to get there? Is it going to get there? Go, 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 go. He's got it, Ben Griffin. Drips it in again. He's so intense right now. Not saying a word. He's
Griffinator,
dude.
I'm telling you.
Flow state. We have life. He's only 2 back. Ben Griffin, baby. Wow, was that a sick putt? That is a worm cam exclusive. What a look. What a Eagle birdie, 15, 16. He steps to the tee on 17 first, and it's not going to be as simple as we thought it was for Scottie Scheffler. He's still going to win, but it's not going to be as simple as we thought it was for Scottie Scheffler. Wow, look at this thing. Yeah, because I thought that looked a lot like Tiger hold out from long of that green. It looked a lot like that going in. Scottie's putt rolled out a lot more than I thought it was going to. I thought it was going to stop like 3 feet short. So when I saw Griffin's continuing to like tumble and tumble, I thought I had a chance.
Should we clip that?
Maybe. Nick Taylor from the left side. First cut of rough on 17, 197, throwing it way up in the air. Going to be hard to stop this. Oh, he did stop it. Take that, Danny. I may go vegan, goddamn Ben Griffin. Yeah. Not over till it's over. Yeah, Ben, he's already.
Oh, you got it.
Keegan on 18. A 9-iron from 161 for the captain. It's a very, very good shot right into the middle of the back portion of the green. Going to be another top 10 for the captain. I believe he top 10 at the PGA Championship and then top 10 at Memorial. He's playing really, really well.
I want to win the Ryder Cup. He's not making a good case for like backing out.
Yeah,
he's top 10 in every week,
and he's just like also like a dog, you know.
Yeah.
Like he's one of those guys where like if he's on the fringe, like he's a dog.
The
and
aura
like,
pushes him.
Yeah,
through,
and like Billy Ho, who is like another guy who would kind of be a dog. Like he's not going to play. Like we need some dog. Dog helps. Dog mentality helps. He might be dog of the week. Keegan Bradley.
Might be dog of the year.
You gonna hand that out prematurely? Can't wait for Dan on Golf Monday. Much love, Carter Norton. We will see you there. We've got a really good show. We've got a little bit of a nerd show. I'm just gonna tease it by that. We'll call it the nerd show. We might call it the nerd show.
Be real sick.
The nerd edition. Could it be a playoff? Aussie golfer is holding out hope for the plus 400 playoff. Ben Griffin making the Ryder Cup. It's looking more and more likely. Absolutely. Top 10 in the major. Won twice already this year. Looks like he's going to finish second at worst at Memorial. Yeah, I would agree. It definitely feels like Ben Griffin's going to be on the Ryder Cup team, which is not something many of us thought at the beginning of the year. But there's always a guy who plays his way on. There's always a guy from totally outside who plays his way on. But again, we don't know what's going to happen. There's a lot of golf still left to be played. 2 full major championships left to be played. FedEx Cup playoffs, all that stuff. But if it were tomorrow, Ben Griffin would be on the team definitely.
Nelly Quarter just lagged one. She's going to make par at 15.
At 17. Yeah, it's getting late.
Stark's got about 60 feet on 15.
For birdie. All right, we've got Ben Griffin, tee shot on 17. That is 4 left. That is left and going left. That is a good 30 to 40 yards left of where he was trying to hit it, and they didn't even flint. Oh, someone got hit.
Guy in the hat?
There it is. Looks like actually a pretty decent lie.
He's going to get released.
18 at Erin Hills is an amazing hole. Sick par 5. Really sick. Goes all the way left around a huge... There's a ton of bunkers. If I'm remembering correctly, which I think I am. Scottie to sort of slam... I mean, this tee shot really would kind of slam the door shut, I think. If he hits this down the middle, I think this is... You'll start to hear the fat lady begin to warm up her vocal cords.
We're really close to that moment. I don't know if it's this tee shot.
It looks like maybe it's going to catch the right bunker, or is it going to be short of it in the fairway? It's in the fairway.
Short of it in the fairway.
Perfect. I mean, it's not like Scottie's wobbled at all. It's just Griffin went eagle birdie. Scottie went birdie par. You know, it's not like Scottie's like, he's just going to continue doing what he does. Thoughts on Andrew Novak making it on the Ryder Cup team? He's fringe. I put him on my list last week. Let's see what he did this week. I have no idea what happened with him. T51, not a great week. He, we'll check back in a little bit, but I think it's definitely possible. Everything's still possible. It's still a lot left to play. Someone off the radar, like completely off the radar, could win, twice and move way up the points. There's still plenty of time, but I've loved what Novak and Griffin have been sort of the 2 breakout stars of the year. Don't spoil Aussie golfer. We are watching LMAO. Yes, please, Aussie golfer. This is a hypothetical for you guys. Brooks finds form, finishes T10 or both majors, and wins on Live. Does he get a Ryder Cup spot? Yeah. I think so. I think if Brooks shows a little bit of form in a major in the last 2 majors, I think so. Given his history at Bethpage, and he's a dog too. Like he's got a little bit of aura for sure. So
wasn't it Keegan who won twice late in the season last Ryder Cup?
Oh, hoop from Nick Taylor.
Oh yeah.
And a fist pump.
Toss it
to get to 4 under. Wow, this is kind of an interesting leaderboard. 10 under, 8 under, 5 under, 4 under, 2 under.
Very hard golf course, except for the best player in the world, the hottest player in the world.
Yeah, and the number 2 or whatever it is.
And the septic tank.
The septic tank. There's just a lot of guys who didn't break par this week.
This is the kind of leaderboard you want to see.
Yeah, I like it when it's like this. Spieth on 18. Par would wrap up a top 10 for both him and Ricky Fowler, and he's put it on the front left part of the green. That should happen.
Looks like a nice par.
Top all-time golf schools: Wake, Stanford, Oklahoma State, Houston. Houston has the most. Yeah, Houston has the most national championships. Actually, Yale has the most, but they don't all count because they weren't all NCAA. It was like before the NCAA even existed. Seb Struck on 17 for birdie. Speaking of Ryder Cup, he will be there at Bethpage. That's a good putt, good lag. Maya Stark did really well with her lag also as well. Starting to look like Maya Stark might win the U.S. Women's Open. Spieth looks so clean in the all black with white accents. That's also what Cantlay's wearing. Notice you didn't say that about Cantlay. The agenda continues.
Lads, you know better than the compliment what Jordan Spieth is wearing.
Do you think the Tatum guys will ever go to QI 35? I think probably the guys who haven't switched aren't going to switch because there's not that much time left in the season, and they come out with a new one next year. So that would
Plus,
be.
you got work that center of the club face in, make it extra bouncy.
Yeah, exactly.
New drivers are for schmucks.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Big topic recently these days, the driver testing.
We should try to embed with the driver testing at.
I think we should do a driver testing on the show.
Let's have Brian come on and do it.
Is he gonna fly to Los Angeles for that?
No, we'll do it in Pittsburgh. Let's do it like on the preview show.
Tell him to get his hands on one of those.
I think he probably can get one. That's a good idea.
Might be the worst TV of all time. Like hyping it up, like, oh, we're gonna test the driver, and you just go, ding, and then we're like, passed. Great television.
But now you know.
But now you know how it goes because everyone's dying. Everyone's gonna be like, what are they doing? Like, it's like the least interesting thing. Like, you guys have really lost the plot with this golf sicko stuff. Like, next thing you know, we're gonna use a stim meter on like a carpet.
We're gonna be like cutting a cup with scissors.
Be like this carpet runs at like 6.5. Everyone's gonna be like, great.
What's the stimp at the? Actually, I do want to run a stimp meter on our simulator at the LA office because I think the putting, like part of it.
Is there a putting mat too?
There's not a putting mat, but like the black part you can stand on is rolling really nice.
It's rolling nice.
Like, I'm wondering what it's at.
Yeah. Just bought a 7-wood and it's the best club in my bag size tracks. I went the other way. I got rid of my hybrid and I go driver, like a weak 3-wood, 4-wood type thing, and then a driving iron. But that's because the golf course I play is kind of like driving iron matters. I hit it a lot.
I got rid of a hybrid and replaced it with a 5-wood that has been very generous to me so far.
Yeah, you like the hybrid. Expecting Scottie to blow up on 18, Matt Wind. I would not wait for that to happen.
I would, but it'd be cool.
I would not wait for that to happen.
He might win a bet.
He hasn't missed it in a little while. He has not missed it in a little while. Scotty's played pretty much perfect on the back nine. He had a couple scrambles, but the last couple holes have been really, really solid. He's also in the middle of the fairway on 17, and Ben Griffin's well left in the rough. Smooth operator. He just called you a smooth operator with the 7-1. But you don't have a 7-1.
It's a 5.
You should get one for the bid, if nothing else.
Then I have to get rid of my new 4-iron.
Did you get the 200?
Yeah, I'm not supposed to talk about it yet.
Maya Stark for par on 15. You got to make these putts to win the U.S. Open. This is to keep a 3-shot lead over Nelly Korda. And we got Keegan putting for birdie on 18. I like tennis. Maya makes it and Keegan misses it. So Maya Stark keeps a 3-shot lead with 3 holes to play.
I forgot who in the chat said they bet Spieth would beat Keegan on the 18th hole, but it looks like they're going to have it.
No bet. You can't stare down those aviators for all 18 holes. Matter of time, says Matt Wind. Matt Wind has really got all his eggs in the Ben Griffin basket. He's drawn a lie, but that looks like it came out left.
Oh, he's looking left.
Yeah, he's saying sit.
Now he's not even looking.
Well, I don't think you can see it.
Is that on the green?
I have no idea. I don't think they have any idea. That's the don't know camera angle. You know, they don't move
Show
it
as much as possible.
Yeah, they move it around and then the guy's like, fuck it. Yeah, they don't know either. You gotta exit up here. I got you. Oh no, that's where it is.
Ooh.
I think that's where it is. Yeah, long and left, and not a ton of green to work with. Scotty's gonna hit this in the middle of the green, and Matt Wynn's gonna be punching here. How's the state of your guys' golf game? I've played the game. I I've not been playing much. I played last Friday, so that was 9 days ago, and I probably won't play again until this Thursday or Friday. So I'm playing like once every 2 weeks, so it's just hard. I'm the same. I shoot, low to mid 70s most rounds, and it's hard. I'm not one of these guys who can play once every 2 weeks and like shoot under par consistently. I'm just like, I just need to be practicing. If I can practice, I like my chances, but haven't been able to practice. Scottie Scheffler on 17, setting up for that high cut again. He's got his shoulders going left. Got the Goodyear blimp, which I'm just surprised is still operational given all the drone technology. That's a beautiful, soft, high cut, but it's not really cutting as much. Oh, right in the middle of the green. Perfect shot. Just what we talked about. Just what we talked about. That's the George shut. Scottie's gonna win now. We gotta start doing the what is Scottie, what does this win? Let's do a little bit of context building. Scottie Scheffler is about to win his 16th event on the PGA Tour. 16 wins on the PGA Tour since the start of 2022. That's only 4 years. It'll be his. What did they officially give him last year? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They gave him 7 last year. Since the start of last year, if you include the Olympics, it'll be his 8th, 9th. It'll be his 11th win. It's June 1st, so it'll be his 11th win. It'll be his 11th worldwide win since the Arnold Palmer Invitational on March 10th. Wow, that's a lot of wins, man. That's a lot of wins.
The 16 or whatever in 3 years is the crazier one to me. Like
16,
I forget that he hasn't been around since
16 since February 13th, 2022. What an amazing stretch.
on this side of the pandemic. He
Yeah.
has 16 wins.
Yeah. It's been a whole dude.
He didn't even play pro golf before
Bro,
that.
Scottie during the pandemic was like basically like a nobody. Like
He didn't exist. Isn't that crazy?
Well, because he played. What was the Ryder Cup he played? That was in 2021. So pandemic.
yeah, dude, we were
We never.
unmasked by the time
There's
we knew who
probably
Scottie
there's
was.
probably no pictures of Scottie in a mask because why would they photograph him? You know what I mean?
Oh, that's fascinating.
Actually, that might not be true. That's definitely not true. I think he got on tour in 2019. Let's see. Is there a picture of Scottie Scheffler in a mask? No, I'm just curious. Scottie Scheffler mask. They have masks of him, but no, I don't see one. Look, if you look up like Tiger Woods mask, there he is.
He was doing
the
those
gator.
Gators, yeah. Such a tiger.
That was at I was there. That was at Harding Park.
You know, a guy with a Monster Energy logo on his bag is rocking the gator over the
Yeah,
mask.
mask. Ben G about to double bogey on 18. What putters are you guys using? Have you tried any of the Zero Dork putters? Oh, interesting you asked that. Maxwell Molisani.
Zero Torques. I haven't, but I think I need to.
You see TaylorMade's coming out with one?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have my golf bag here.
Oh,
I have the Lab, the Oz, the blue Lab. I really like it. I really, really like it. I'm getting very comfortable with it. Starting to dial in the speed.
I play a Scottie Cameron putter that was made in 2001. So there's lots of torque.
Yeah, but that's the torque model.
It's the full torque model.
Oh, Griffin Guntown through the green on 17. It stays in the fringe. He's going to have to get up and down for bogey. The engraver has begun to engrave the trophy for Mr. Scottie Scheffler. We got Nick Taylor. 18th hole, 171 yards. Looks like he's very close to that lip. Is he going to be able to get this up and down? Yeah, he got it. 120 ball speed. That should... Yeah, got it to the middle of the green. That was a really good shot from Nick Taylor. That'll lock up a 4th place finish. Solo 4th. Big money, big points.
Just warming up.
Good week for him. For next week is the real drama for Nick Taylor. My coworker is going to TPI in Carlsbad for a fitting on Wednesday for his birthday. He's about a 30 handicap.
He's going to have the time of his life.
That is a bad handicap.
Tell him to practice his tight lie shots because that place is pure.
But it's hard to... Getting a fitting at 30, that is a 30 handicap. Like, I appreciate the, like, commitment to the game and stuff, but, like, if you're going to get better, your golf swing's going to change so much that, like, the clubs won't even... Do you know what I mean?
If by the time you get to a place like that, you should, maybe be in a better place, but
listen, if you got the money...
He's going to have fun.
Yeah, he's going to... I'm just saying, if he's got the money, more power to him, but getting a fitting as a 30 is tough. Spectrum won't let you split screen PGA and LPGA, but you can split screen LPGA with college softball, LOL. I don't know if that might be like a CBS thing, but... And Ben Griffin just duffed it on
Everyone's watching women's sports, lads. Get with the program.
Everyone being Ben Griffin just duffed their fourth shot on 17. So he's got about the same putt as Scottie does for birdie for bogey. So this is over. This is over.
Still a fucking great year for Ben Griffin, right?
Great year, yeah. But he's gonna want to finish solo second. So this is, but yeah, a great year and a great stretch. I mean, one last week. It's been a great stretch.
100 years of the Goodyear blimp. That's why they brought it back. We saw it in Charlotte. We were like, oh, hadn't seen that in a minute.
I thought that drones just, there's no
put
reason
them out of business.
There's no reason to put a human up there, but I don't know if it can go higher than the drones can go.
Like legally, FAA.
Yeah, or just technologically speaking. All right, we got Scottie for birdie on 17. What did I say he was going to win by? 5?
5.
Okay, let's keep that in mind. Let's just keep that in mind. Looks like he is outside Ben Griffin, only just. Getting used to seeing that name up there on that leaderboard, Scheffler. Wonderful, come on. We'll see. We'll see. Very tentative putt out of Scottie. Misses. Oh, it almost broke back right toward the hole, but yeah, that's a par. He'll stay at 10 under. Thoughts on the Balionis hate? Have always and will love her doing interviews. I don't understand the hate.
Who hates her? She's like really good at her job.
Yeah, she's very good at
like extremely good at what she does.
I'm just gonna leave that one. All right, Maya Stark. Yeah, no, I think she's very good at her job. It seems pretty open and closed. Nick Taylor after that awesome bunker shot on 18 for birdie. Probably 650 feet, so it's well within his range. Oh man, that guy he scares the hole from long distances a lot. All right, it'll be a solo fourth. Actually, I don't know where Straka is, but it'll be a top 5 finish for Nick Taylor going into the Canadian Open. That's a very, very good result. Very, very good result. Tap that in. Finish it up. We got Stark on 16. What is she putting for? Is she putting for par?
I missed it. Seems pari.
Par.
Yeah.
2 holes to go. 3-shot lead.
3
Ben
up.
Griffin for bogey on 16. It misses.
Really wanted
it's
that.
It's a double. He drops to 6 under. Scottie's got a 4-shot lead. And now we're just watching to see if it's going to be a 5-shot lead.
Yeah, we just want to know if the prediction comes true.
We want to know.
We lost our playoff dreams. That's an offer.
That's an offer. Second straight offer.
So close on Corey Connors, though.
Maybe that's the reason why he's not showing his face on the show tomorrow. He can't stand the embarrassment. Sepp for birdie on 18. This would bring him in a tie for second with Ben Griffin.
Come on, Tank.
It's got a break. It's going to miss just on the high side. Good putt. Good putt. Another great week. Yeah, let's see. Is he second in the FedEx Cup? Let's see.
I don't know if Rory's probably maybe second, but
yeah, Rory's second. Sepp is third, but that could change this week.
It happens when you skip.
Yeah. Is this live? Yeah, it's like he's going to be third right now. He's third and he's staying third.
He's staying third.
Yeah.
JT and then Ben Griffin rounding out the top 5.
Ben Griffin. Yeah, he's 5th in the FedEx Cup. That kind of says it all, doesn't it? That kind of says it all. Shortest time between first. That's an interesting stat. Shortest time between first and 16th wins. Scheffler would be in 4th place behind Snead, Nicklaus, and Woods. That's what we talked about earlier. He's on pace. It started a little later than it did with Tiger. Tiger started winning right out of the gate, really, when he was 20, 21 years old. Scottie didn't get his first win until he was, 25? But it's
a head start.
Yeah. It's a crazy pace. It's definitely a crazy pace. And this hole fits his left to right tee shot beautifully. We know this hole very well from all the years throughout the Memorial Tournament. Looks like it's creeping a little close to those bunkers. It misses them. It's in the first cut. That'll be just fine for Scottie. Just skirted by that cluster of bunkers on the right side. Or you can go back to the chat. Yeah. When is Tiger going to be back? Not for a long time. Masters next year, maybe. I mean, maybe he'll.
PNC.
Yeah, I don't know if that counts. I'm sure he'll play the PNC. He always does, but.
God.
Yeah.
Don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, it makes you upset.
We're just we're firmly in that era, and I didn't really.
Well, the Achilles is.
Yeah.
But I guess Bernhard Langer kind of changed the expectations for Achilles. All right, Ben Griffin on 18. Went after that one pretty good, and it's dead perfect. Watch, this will land like 10 yards past Scottie's. Yeah, he's long. Fairway time. Really good shot. Miss the divots. Yeah, just fine.
I gotta have what he's having, man.
Yeah. You gonna go on the Ben Griffin diet? Start wearing aviators?
A little creatine.
Yeah.
Those sunglasses are... They have to change like what everything looks like in front of you in like significant ways.
$700 was a number I wasn't expecting to hear. What are they called?
U-Swing. They're like golf sunglasses.
Yeah, but so do they make like the ball brighter or something?
I've never looked through them, so it's hard.
U-Swing glasses? Am I spelling that wrong? I said classes. U-Swing golf sunglasses. U-Swing?
Wait a second.
U-Swing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, U-Swing.
Wow, they are.
There they are, right there.
$649. The CT Pan Signature Series.
It's exactly what he wears.
He's got his name on them.
Yeah. There's not even a Phil or a Ben Griffin. There's only a CT Pan signature.
They must feel like a rig on your, you know what I mean? Like they gotta be like.
No, I bet they're light. I bet it's like light? Carbon fiber. It's like super, super lightweight.
If I'm paying $700 for sunglasses, I want them to have some weight. No?
I don't know. I think
I guess I don't know what like a carbon fiber sunglass would feel like. It probably
like nothing. You know, like.
But like, would it be like sturdy?
They probably weigh like this much.
But I'm saying like, would it be like, wouldn't they feel flimsy if they're like that?
They would.
Yeah.
And they'd probably break.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't want a flimsy.
I don't know. We'll see.
Says he can read the greens better, says James. So maybe the contrast. You don't think Tiger is going to play in the U.S. Open coming up? Rick, Tiger tore his Achilles like 2-3 months ago. No, I don't think that he's going to play in the hardest golf tournament on the planet. Nelly Corda, second shot into 18, lands on the green. It looks like that's going to roll through. It's not a horrible spot, but it's still, wow, that's a big runoff past that green. That's cool.
A lot of room back there.
That's really cool. That's going to be a fun.
Oh, go ahead. Go right in there.
All the way into the rough. Tough setup. I like that, though. Par 5. Man, Scottie today starts with a one-shot lead. Right? It was one-shot lead?
One shot, yeah.
Started with a one-shot lead and he's just closing.
Just shot 2 under, casual 2 under. It's all he needed to do.
Yeah, everyone else went the other way. Can see the subtle change in color tint of the grass. As a colorblind man myself, that is something I cannot relate to. Maybe that's why I never made it on tour.
But that's how I know, like, you gave me that I was like, well, what does it look like you're like, I don't know. I've only ever seen, like, so I don't know what it looks like.
I've got literally no idea. Wow, Scottie made a lot of putts.
A lot of, like, 8, 10 footers. A
lot of putts. He made a lot of putts today. And I'm going to, if I do get the chance, I'm going to ask him about the claw and if he's, like, extending how long he's using it. Because I feel like
Did he say it was temporary?
No, he just used to do it. No, I mean, like, how far out. Because he doesn't use it for every putt. He uses it, like, only on the shorter ones.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah. At least he did in the beginning. But I feel like he's doing it more and more on the longer putts now. Told you he will win by 4. He will win the U.S. Open by 9. Enjoy. I think he's going to win today by 5. That's what I've said since the beginning of the stream, and I'm going to stick with it.
Wins the U.S. Open by 9. That'd be fucking sick.
Yeah, that would be sick. Yeah, I'm not like mad at it. I don't know. I'm not, sometimes it's like there's a risk of a guy winning but I don't find it to be boring. Maybe this is what it was like with Tiger too. Obviously, he's not the same like jump off the screen character, but I don't find it boring, which is interesting to me.
I think the idea that there's somebody to chase is inherently interesting.
Yeah, that
Like,
there's a gold standard, and that like if you're gonna win the tournament, like he's gonna have something to say about it.
I think
Big crowd. That's a big crowd.
as like heartbreaking as it was to watch Tiger lose to Y.E. Yang in that is it a PGA Championship,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like,
Hazeltine.
it also
Poked
excited
a
me.
hole.
It's like, whoa, like
Yeah,
that's
someone did
huge.
it.
Someone
Yeah.
did that.
Yeah, like if Ben Griffin beat Scottie today, it would be like, whoa,
It'd be big,
he
yeah.
beat Scottie. It's not just like winning a tournament. It's like like when someone beat Tiger on the stretch, it was like he beat Tiger to win. You know, that
Yeah.
added a little weight to it.
A major.
Yeah,
Not supposed to happen.
not supposed to happen.
Everyone just wants to like erase that. It never happened.
Dude, how rich is Ted Scott?
Oh my God.
It's gonna be another $4 million today. I think
God
it is.
is good.
I think it's another $4 million for winning this tournament.
Did you see him messing around with the kids on the range last night?
No.
Scottie was hitting balls after his round, and some kid was like, "Save him for tomorrow, Scottie." He was like, "You don't know this guy, do you?" He's like, he's got plenty of them for tomorrow.
Wow, so he's feeling himself too.
Feeling himself.
All right, Scottie's second into 18, 158 yards up the hill. Yep, right in the center of the green, about pretty similar to where Nick Taylor putted from, about 45 feet, 40 feet.
Whatevs. Just a
Whatevs. Ben Griffin going to make a par, hopefully, for Ben Griffin's sake, to finish in a solo second, which would be more money than he made for winning last week.
Interesting.
I think so. I think that's right. Let's look. What did he make last week? He probably made like 1.6 last week. Colonial payout. 1.71. And more. Oh, it's definitely more. It's over 2. 2.2.
For second place?
Yeah. 2.2 million.
How about it?
Yeah.
So stay there, dude.
He's actually making more.
Well, if he
I
fucks
think-
up here, he's going to be T3.
Nah, he's right in the middle of the green. I think he's, and I don't know how much he made for RBC Heritage, or not RBC Heritage, for Zurich, but it definitely wasn't like a million, I don't think.
You split the total?
Yeah, you split the total.
So it's a real low purse per person.
Yeah, it is a low purse per person. But you're also only doing half the work.
Fair.
Maya Stark is gonna win too. We're not gonna watch the end of that. We're not gonna do that.
She's got those Michael Lasasso shorts on.
She does. She does. It's gonna be a bummer he can't wear those on tour. Maybe he goes to live because so he can wear the shorts just for the marketing play. You know, you got to sort of factor that in.
Oh man, I think whatever that Grant Horvat is that Primo? Is that his brand?
Yeah.
They're dying to put some joggers on Lasasso.
You think so?
He needs something hugging his skin.
Oh, I want some
Joggers
some
perfect.
form footers. Lasasso.
Actually, he's a Johnny O guy, right?
I have no idea. Is he? Did you see that?
I think I determined that.
Yeah. Is that something that you look at when like a guy like you hear him for the first time? Like,
Just
oh,
wonder, yeah.
what clothes is he wearing? Yeah, that makes sense. It's kind of your job, sort of.
The Cliques have started teasing out their collab
With
my friend Neil on Public Drip.
oh, that's you said they've got cool pants.
They do have cool pants. Got you a pair.
Jack is giving the applause to Scottie Scheffler. Going to be a nice handshake afterwards. Simon James says, I too appreciate the really great golf when it comes along. Great competition is also fun to watch. Henrik and Phil, for example. Michael Ocean, I wonder where Scottie's caddy will rank in tour earnings this year. That was the conversation last
He
year.
always does somewhere. Right?
He's a force. He's a force in the rankings. I mean, he's about to win, 400K, I think it is. Was it 3.6 or was it 2.2 for the winner of this? 4 million.
4.
So. And then so he won.
The standard is
He's
10%.
won like 8. Yeah, well, for a win. For a top 10, it's like 8%, 7.5%. But for a win, they give more. All right, Nellie's long of the green on 18, and she's playing all the way across the green. It's going to still be off the green with her third shot.
Hole in one. She
into
club twirled that. Maybe that's why she.
Yeah, into the sprinkler.
Oh, Nelly.
That's tough because that second shot was sort of tracking. It was like on a good line, just a little bit too far. I think this is Maya Stark's third shot, though, so it's not totally over yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, she had to chip out.
She's going to throw an 80-yard dart.
You feeling it?
Yeah. Just crispy left to right wind.
Yeah, land a little long of it, spin back.
79 is my favorite shot in golf.
80 yards?
80-yard
That's
wedge
your
shot.
number? I'm like a 65 or a 95 guy. Those are my two numbers.
50-degree wedge.
Just breathe on it.
Mash it.
It's definitely a cut motion.
Definitely a cut.
For third win in last 4 starts. Yeah, it's just didn't quite spin as much.
Still a great shot.
Ooh, Guntown from Scottie. Ran at about 8 feet by. Maybe even a little bit more than that.
He's doing that for Jack. He wants to win to be single digit under
Under
par.
par, yeah. So Jack can say he got it done.
Yeah.
Single digits. Course played tough this year. Always does, but it feels like this year was a little extra tough. Nelly chunked one before the one back over the green. She's lying 4. Oh, man, I didn't see that. Thank you, James. Nelly chunked one before. That's why she went so far left, because she's like, I'm not chunking this into that hill again. Oh, man, so she's got to get up and down for bogey. So Maya Stark is looking really, really good. Really good.
Just still be a top 5
Yeah.
for Nelly, which is a good recovery.
Yeah. At least it was like good for the tournament. Like she was in the mix.
Yeah.
It's good for the tournament. All right, Ben Griffin putting for birdie. Doesn't really matter if he makes this or 2 putts this. Still going to finish solo second either way. Wonder if that putt's just like faster than it looks, because they both ran it by pretty good.
Yeah.
Now you'll see Ben Griffin go first, I would imagine. Oh, he said, I'll wait. Nah, you should finish, bruv.
He's playing his game.
Well, I guess he was going to step in his line. But also, like,
Scottie's going to grind this out like it matters, too. It's just his character.
Yeah, I'm not really focused on anybody else when I'm out there. I'm just trying to shoot the lowest score I can.
Just trying to execute.
Nelly's chipping it on 18 for her 5th shot.
Nice chip.
Yeah, she's done well. Just short left. All right, Scottie Scheffler
She seems really...
for a final round of 2 under for his 16th PGA Tour win since February of 2022. For his 11th worldwide win. And he backs off. For his 11th worldwide win since March of last year. 11 worldwide wins since March of last year. That includes 2 majors and an Olympic Games. Good worm cam for the boys to take us home. It's going to break right. Starts left of the hole. He putted so well today.
In style.
He putted so well today. Scottie Scheffler is once again your champion. 3rd time in the last 4 weeks. Ted Scott is pumped. Scottie Scheffler is pumped. Wow. 3 wins in his last 4 starts. Rory kind of showed his face when winning the Masters. A lot of talk about Rory. It is completely shifted back to Scottie.
We're back in Scottie narrative mode.
We're back in Scottie narrative mode. Already won the tournament. Go home to Dallas. He will not play next week. RBC Canadian Open. He will show up to Oakmont as a considerable favorite.
America's son.
America's son. Guy just, if there's a golf tournament in the United States, that guy with the beard, he's going to be there. He's going to be there late on Sunday. Ben Griffin, if he misses, this is a 5-shot lead. 5-shot win, by the way. Got it. Solo second for Ben Griffin. So he's gone win solo second in his last 2 events. He's made a gazillion dollars for himself. Probably really enjoyed the battle with Scottie down the stretch, getting an up-close look.
Nice little jovial exchange there.
Nice little jovial exchange. He gave him a good shot with that eagle on 15 and then a birdie on 16. Gave us a little bit of a good show. So, yeah, that's another watch-along in the books. We got Nelly Corda putting for bogey on 18. She's got it to go.
A lot of shots for a bogey, man.
That felt like a lot, didn't it?
Way more.
Wonderful exchange with Jack and Scottie.
The handshake they all talk about.
The handshake they talk about. Getting to 2 years in a row he's won this tournament, by the way. Last year it was the week before the U.S. Open,
right.
And he said it took a lot of gas out of him. Ben Griffin getting his handshake with Jack. That's what you go toe-to-toe in the final group. You get your handshake with that. Bennett's going to think is when Scottie stops winning at this rate, Bennett's going to be like, Dad, you're a loser.
Yeah. Why didn't I get to see
when
any
I
of
was
these?
when I was a kid? You used to win all the time, man. What happened to those days?
You couldn't wait till I was conscious?
Yeah, exactly. Tell you what, that's a very photographed young child because
Oh,
he
yeah.
wins a lot, and the kid's there every week.
Getty Images. A lot of Bennett.
Lot
I wonder
of-
if they have his name.
A lot of Bennett Scheffler. All right, we're gonna call it, guys. We're gonna call that one. Great watch along. Great week. We'll be back next week. We'll be back tomorrow for Dan on Golf. So like and subscribe. Make sure you don't miss that 1 Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. And then I'm off to Canada. Follow along for some fun stuff this week. And yeah, that's it.